Hello, everybody, and welcome back to GDQ's Hotfix. I'm Brosencha here, and tonight we have Grudge Match, the Hotfix Grudge Match, where two players come who are they're super angry at each other for some reason, and we're just trying to figure out how we can resolve all of their problems. And usually it's by making them play a game that, they're a little less familiar with, trying to see who can do the best at that game. Before we get to the players, though, I want to do a couple quick announcements. On August 21st through 27th, we have Frame Fatales, the all-women speedrunning event. The marathon schedule is out right now, and if you type !FF in Twitch chat or go to gamesdonequick.com/Frame Fatales for more info, you can get all the schedule. Prize submissions are also open for that, so check out the site if you want more info. Also, One and Done-a-thon is coming up on August 13th through 14th. It's a marathon where you can show off your favorite run, and guess what? That's your only appearance ever in the One and Done-a-thon series. The schedule's currently out now, and use !OADAT, that's One and Done-a-thon, in Twitch chat to learn more. I had to explain to myself that it's OADAT, One and Done-a-thon, because it didn't work in my head until I said that out loud. Yeah! Well, everybody, Grudge Match is here, and we have two fantastic players for you tonight. In fact, two of them are fairly good friends. The first match, we have our dear friend Corndan as the first player. Hello there, Corndan.
Hello.
Hey, if you'd like, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
So I'm Corndan. I really don't stream as much anymore, but people probably know me as the boss of Kuso Grande. I'm Bro's boss, clearly. But I help out in the background to make everything run. I stream occasionally. Last couple streams I did were actually with my son, letting him play Kerbal Space Program. It's kind of fun.
That's really awesome. Kerbal Space Program is pretty fantastic. And I love when essentially you did the same thing, but instead of playing with your son, you played with me, which I'm pretty sure the rockets turned out just about as good.
About the same. They just exploded. It's all about the same.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I show that you love Italian beef sandwiches. Is
I
that
do.
right?
I'm a good fan of sandwiches, and I lived in Chicago for a long time. And Chicago, to me, has some of the best sort of, not like fast food, not like McDonald's and stuff, but like casual food, right, in the U.S. And they've got the sandwich. It's kind of like a cheesesteak, right? But it's a different cut of beef, slow roasted slice. It's like filled with gravy, and you get it with peppers and mozzarella cheese. And it's the best sandwich you can ever have in your entire life.
That sounds amazing. That sounds so good.
I would eat that.
Well, I mean, you also, your favorite game, Secret of Mana, from what I see there, that's a very solid choice. I played that as a kid. 3-player. It was fantastic.
Yeah. I played that as a kid. I rented it a whole bunch, and it was nice. I could play with my sister. My brother was still a little bit too young to play, but he'll play with me now. And, but I never picked it up. But so when I graduated high school, my parents got me a copy as a graduation present. And so I still keep it. I still play it every so often.
That's awesome.
I'm not good enough to speed run the game or anything. It's just a lot of fun.
It's a very difficult speed run, especially if you're doing 2 controllers, 1 player. Well, thank you so much.
I don't know how people can do it.
You hold one upside down and, I don't know, break your own brain. Well, on the other end of the stream, well, I mean, as soon as we show you both, we're going to have Sharif here. Hello, Sharif.
Hi.
Hey, so while your name for the stream is Sharif, your Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Sharfers, and that just confuses me. But yeah,
that's the intent.
You're kind of a friend of GDQ. I know people have seen you before. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody who may not know too much about you.
So I'm Sharif or Sharfers. It's a real life nickname. That's why it's my username. I speedrun. I'm known for speedrunning Barbie games primarily, but also just like other janky, weird stuff.
Yeah, I used to have world record for Barbie NES.
Oh, that was a long time ago. We've discovered all sorts of stuff. The record's gone down by like over 40 seconds since you ran that game back in like 2016, maybe.
Yeah, it was a while ago. But yeah, I'm glad that you are here repping the Barbie community. You're not going to be playing Barbie at all. No, I see that your favorite fruit is chili verde. That is a solid choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
California native, so Mexican food is very important to me.
I love
chili verde is delicious.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mexican food. And then Super Mario Kart for your favorite game.
Yeah, it was the first game I ever owned that was mine. I got a Super Nintendo for Christmas when I was, 8 or something.
Yeah.
And me and my sister each got one game that was ours. And so I got Mario Kart and my sister got Mario World. And the game was exactly like my 8-year-old brain really wanted the specific type of game when I saw the commercial, and it was exactly what I wanted. And so it's like just so steeped in nostalgia for me, even though the game itself is horrendously unfair.
Oh, I love that.
Not very good.
Yeah,
but I love the game, so I still play it to this day every so often.
That's awesome. Yeah, the youngest memory that I have is going over to a bully's house and playing it. So less steeped in charm for me.
Wow.
But that's how things go.
Oh dear.
Well, the grudge that you two have is a little bit weird. Specifically, I'm showing that it's about the game Kid Kool and a promise that I didn't make that other people made for me regarding Kid Kool.
A promise that other people made that you reiterated on a GDQ stream that you would do.
Okay, I would get sub 20.
You agreed to
sub
it.
30. You agreed to it.
Okay, Sharfers, look, you're the one who's supposed to be on my side, Sharfers. Okay,
I am on your side. I am on your
whether
side.
or not I'm forgiven of this, and whether or not I actually have to do it.
It's the grudge is not whether or not you said you would do it, right? Because you said you would do it, and we've let that slide from a sub 20 to a sub 30.
Yeah,
but then Sharif absolved you from that commitment that you were never going to do anyway.
True.
Yes, and
that's not
I have
really
the power
fair
to do this.
Yeah, and that's and that's not
as the person who donated for it at GDQ. I have the power of absolution.
Okay, so basically, this match is going to be deciding if I am absolved of speedrunning Kid Kool, even if it's just under like half an hour. If Corndan wins, I am not absolved. And if Sharif wins, then I am. Them's the kicks, everybody. Them's the kicks. And guess what? You're going to be playing Kid Kool in order to make this decision. Let's go ahead and get rolling in a little bit. I think that we're just about set up and good to go. Oh my gosh, Kid Kool is a nightmare and a half when it comes to a video game, and you two playing it, I'm happy that I get to see you two playing it.
I mean, the game is not good, and I don't really like it. I'm more than willing to do it, right, to settle the score.
Okay, well, I think I'll go ahead and give you a countdown. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Why did I agree to this?
I don't know.
It was a mistake, yeah.
Why did I think this was a good idea?
So
yeah,
everybody,
I remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I died already.
Yeah.
One of my favorite GDQ memories is when you raced Athena. The second time you played Athena at GDQ. And the very first thing you said when you started the game is, I hate this game so much, because I feel very much the same way. It's like immediate regret.
Yeah, honestly, this game, I know that both of you have touched it before. You've played a little bit. A big focus of this specific stream, Grudge Match, is bringing two people together who have sort of similar histories when it comes to games. Usually we've been having people play games without having played them before or really seen them before. You two have a little bit of an experience with this, and because of that, you may be able to make more progress than otherwise possible, but at the same time, you're still, at the very least, extremely rusty with this game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you're watching me play, then you know exactly how not rusty I am at this game. I've game overed once. It's fine.
That's the Kid Kool experience,
The nice thing is there are infinite continues.
Yes, that's one good thing,
nice.
and it won't take you back to 1-1. it'll take you to whatever level you were on. It's just that you may lose the little tomato guy. I call him Vic Tokai after the creator.
He's the
by
Vic
the creator,
Tokai.
I mean the company that made this game.
He's the Vic to your Tokai. The vertical screen scrolling in this is
It's not good.
Yeah, so there are many things that they are having to do to adjust to the physics in this game. Simply put, this is one of the worst controlling games on the NES. It's an absolute nightmare.
Everything controls like it's on ice. And there's like actual like ice sort of levels later.
There's something about the vertical scrolling, it like kills your momentum in a very strange way.
It kills your perception of momentum.
Yeah, like your momentum stays the same. It's just based off of how long the vertical scroll takes. Sharif, that was so close. Unfortunately, Corndan is doing better than I want.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't bet on me if I were a betting
that's
man.
the problem, Sharif. You came in, you're like, I want to play Kid Kool and absolve you. And
I said I want to play Kid Kool. This was definitely Corndan's idea. I refuse to be
It was
responsible
absolutely
for this.
my idea.
Corndan.
Because look, we got asked like, hey, what sort of games do you want? I said, anything bad or whatever. But so I guess it would be funny if we got Kid Kool because that would be appropriate.
Oh boy. I'm gonna turn this around, I promise.
Yeah, no, I've got faith in you. Like the fact that when we've had races before with people who have had zero experience with the game, we've had some people, I think, finish an hour-long playthrough stuck on 1-2. So honestly, as long as both of you can finish World 1 and maybe even World 2, I'll consider it like proof that you two know this game better than you should, because nobody should know this game.
Oh yeah. We know lots of games more than we should. This is not it's not exclusive to this game.
Yeah. So
I forgot how not fun this is.
yeah, the biggest thing with this game, I think number one is realizing that you are going to have to be a lot more methodical about movement. At the same time, if you are just going a little bit too slow, it's almost impossible to make any of the jumps that you want. And because of that, and also you might end up getting stuck down in pits, like Sharif right there. Getting a big jump. No, you weren't going to make it. There was no hope. But all of the enemies are dead, so you can do it now.
There we go. We made it.
Yeah.
I like it. I have like a coach. I already beat level 5. Yeah, this game's not hard. This game's easy. It's fine.
No, it's no. This game is so hard. My first playthrough, it took somewhere between 12 and 14 hours. I really can't remember. Enjoy dying, Corndan. Please. Yeah.
I almost worked it out.
Yeah, one thing to note, you've been talking about the weird vertical scrolling. Back, especially in the early days of NES, you noticed that most games did not do any vertical scrolling. It was actually a very difficult thing for the NES to do. And because of the way that it works, it has to freeze your horizontal scrolling in order to change the technical style, scroll you vertically, and then allow you to keep going horizontal. When Super Mario 3 and like Kirby's Adventure or Dreamland or whatever it was, when those two came out, they were able to have both vertical and horizontal scrolling using some janky methods. They were able to make it work. But yeah,
we're not going to beat this game in an hour. There's no way. We're going to race. Oh, there it is. I found it.
The goal here is to make as much progress as they can in an hour, and whoever gets their grudge resolved in the way that they wished. And Corndan, I'm just knocking 10 points off of you because you
just because?
Yeah, you want me to play more Kid Kool.
Well, yeah.
We've all know each other a long time.
Yeah, nobody expects either of these players to beat the game, and that's going to be the case for our second game tonight as well. It's not going to happen, and that's fine.
I mean, I'm not smart ball, so or white hat. Either way, I'm not getting this done in like.
Yeah, I've beaten this game under an hour on stream. I think I've gotten somewhere in the 40-minute mark.
45 minutes, yeah.
40-something minutes, yeah.
Yeah, still not the sub half hour that I had promised, but it hurts so bad.
This is not a fun game at all.
This game is kind of terrible, yeah.
It's actively unfun.
Yeah, it's strange. There's some bad games that when you get good at them, it feels very satisfying to play. And this never was one of those for me.
No, it's even like, okay, so like once you kind of figure, oh, I got some money. I don't know what that does.
It does.
There's something about like mastering the, I thought so. Yeah. Something about mastering like the weird controls. That's fun, but like the game really does like fight against you. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
I saw that coming.
That's unreal. I forgot that was a high cliff. I just forgot. I knew I could make I knew it was like short enough.
If you fully commit, then you can make it, I believe. But honestly, it's better to do the skip across the water there. Yeah. I know. I'm sitting here giving you specific tips for how to get through that part.
You got to do. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
Yeah.
Well,
if chat wants to help me too.
And this is just one of those games, right? That no matter what you do, right, that you need all of the help you can get.
You know what?
Even then, we're going to be terrible.
It's true. It's true. But here's the deal. Kid Kool is on a quest to gather 7 different herbs. And I think that I've got points to award that don't do anything for the match. And I just want to hear like different herbs that you two like. And I'll give you a point per herb. And we can go back and forth. Corn Dan.
I like basil. I cooked with it earlier.
Basil's pretty good. Yeah, that's a solid herb. Okay.
I'm a big dill guy.
Dill.
I like dill.
I forgot that dill's an herb.
Like
yeah. Dill. Wow, Corndan actively hating on dill.
Well, you know,
you don't like dill?
I don't like dill. It just doesn't work for me, right? I also don't like cilantro, right? You know, because that'll be like the next herb on all of this.
Are you one of the soap cilantro types?
Is that one of the soap ones?
Yeah. He's a soap boy.
Okay, I can understand that.
Okay, so fun fact: there's a genetic marker that essentially, if you have it, you just don't like the taste of cilantro. It tastes like soap to you, and Corndan is one of those.
Damn.
Sharif has the genetics that causes you to jump too far and just go straight down into the water.
To be bad at video games.
Yeah.
I have the bad at video games.
Okay, well, that was a solid another herb. Sharif, do you have any other outstanding herbs for us? This is what the stream is about.
Outstanding herbs?
Yeah, outstanding. Give me your...
I'm Middle Eastern, so I'm a big fan of za'atar.
Oh my gosh,
I love
that
za'atar.
Is good. You know what? I feel like that's like an herb worth 2 points rather than 1. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I just drowned at the same time.
Well, okay, never mind. Just worth 1 point then. It's really good, but not quite that good. You know, not good enough to die.
I jumped half a screen too early.
Corndan, come on. I know you know more herbs.
Paprika.
Yeah, paprika.
I'm a big fan of paprika.
Oh, paprika's very good.
We actually have a shaker. You know, we've got salt, pepper, and paprika in our house.
I have 2 different shakers of paprika. I've got like sweet paprika. I'll use that in that's like my secret ingredient tomato sauce. You know, it's not real spicy, but it just like kind of provides
gives you that smokiness.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Yeah. You know, maybe if you delivered that to King Arbuckle, maybe he wouldn't hate you so much.
I don't know that he hates me. I mean, I think he hates me because he's dying and you know, he's expecting like the old Domino pizza, you know, 7 herbs in under 30 minutes or it's free.
I guess we haven't really talked about the story of the game at all. We're just bringing up...
Because it doesn't matter, really, at all.
Okay,
the king is sick.
There was John Arbuckle. Okay, when you continue, Sharif, we can see him. He's sitting in the bed.
King John Arbuckle.
And he's dying. What we have to do is get the 7 herbs to him in order to heal him.
We have no idea what he's dying of.
He's dying
of missing Garfield. He misses Garfield so much that he's dying of a...
You know what? There's a lasagna in the oven downstairs right now. And it's going to be super tasty. It's my husband's birthday. I feel it's a frozen lasagna, so it's not like a whole bunch of additional work, but I knew that I had a stream and that I wouldn't be able to cook. So, you know, we're having a lasagna.
That's still nice.
Yeah. Stouffer's is pretty good. Yeah, paprika. Okay, Sharif.
I mean, I guess that's technically a spice.
Herbs and spices. We'll be fine.
I mean, yeah, paprika is a spice. We can't count that for corn dan then.
Oh, fine. We'll use
point
sage.
instead.
We'll use sage.
Sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Okay,
Yeah.
sage.
Parsley.
Rapid fire. Come on. If you want points, you got to rapid fire. Give me the spices, friends. I don't want to talk about them too much, or not the spices, the herbs.
Well, I was gonna say oregano.
Yeah,
but oregano is also a spice.
Well, it's a plant first and foremost.
Yeah, you're using the leaves. It's herbs.
Okay, fair enough. Well, because I lived in New York, and so they always have oregano at pizza places there. So that's why I was gonna make lasagna in the near future. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's an herb.
I mean,
yeah.
I game overed.
It happens to the best
I'm pretty
of us.
good at it too.
So, as you know, corn dan has a purple
Mint?
background at this point.
Yep.
You said mint?
Yeah. Every 10 minutes, the background changes to press upon you like how bad you're doing.
The time is passing. Yeah.
Yeah, as it turns out, this game actually has multiple endings, and if you want the good ending, then you must beat the game within 1.5 hours of the in-game clock. If you don't, then you get progressively worse endings until I think it's 3 hours in-game that you get
like
the worst ending of them all, where he's dead, which actually is the best ending in the game. I don't...
You don't like John Arbuckle? Not a fan?
That's 100% the best ending.
Like,
it's the funniest ending.
It's fantastic.
Forgot if you can just.
You know what? You both have good taste when it comes to the endings for this game, so 5 points for both of you. Better than even your spices. Yeah.
At this point in time, like, if you play this for more than 10 minutes or however long we've been playing this, right?
I don't
40 minutes, an hour and a half. I have
already.
No
that, you know, you're just going to get to the point where you're just like, you know what? He can just go die. And that sounds terrible, but, you know, I'm never going to get these things anyway. And I'm not really getting paid for my time and effort. So I can just go find a new job.
You know what? Both Corn Dan and Sharif are on the same level now. So, yeah, Sharif is starting to catch up at this point. Of course, I think that's because Corn Dan had a lot of good spices to talk about, or herbs. Yeah.
Herbs and spices.
Herbs and spices. You know,
yeah, we're going to talk about, you know, we could talk about KFC.
Did you know?
My favorite KFC fact?
Yes?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to hear your fact first, and then I'll talk about mine.
My favorite KFC fact is the KFC Twitter account only follows 11 herbs and spices.
It's the Spice Girls.
It's the five Spice Girls and 6 guys named Herb, like Herb, I don't know. This is the singer.
Oh.
That was pretty good, though.
Yeah, that was a really good push there. By the way, on 1-3 is the first boss. We still haven't seen the boss yet, though, because this game is impossible to control.
The first boss, though, is not that bad.
The bosses aren't really the problem in this game. It's the rest of it that goes.
Well,
I mean, not that they're
you do have to have patience in order to deal with the bosses, but if you're able to be patient enough to deal with them, then you can do just fine.
Whatever just happened on my screen, I've never seen before. So
you collected an item that insta-kills everything on the screen. Okay, here we go. Ugly Grimace, or what are they called? The McDonald's that look like
I don't know.
Rebels.
I was fine with Grimace.
Okay, Grimace.
So we got the first herb. We got the first herb.
That's 10 points. Yeah, you redeemed yourself. Getting 10 points for the first herb.
No bonus.
No bonus.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is not a good background. Holy cow.
This is the Kid Cool experience. Yeah.
Yep. Getting like caught here. Like, these things are the worst.
Yeah, I do love that each world of the game does introduce you to a new mechanic, and now we're getting introduced to the air puffs. And Corn Dan is taking advantage of a glitch.
I have.
You're gonna do the thing where you can clip through walls and stuff like that? Is that what it is? Yeah.
Feel like, even though I'm impressed that you were able to do the glitch so quickly, having never done it before. I still am gonna have to dock you 1 point for cheating. Just one.
I mean, okay.
Yep. I agree with that. I agree with that.
However, that's all. You
that
lose a
glitch
point.
is
The points don't mean anything. So,
Thing.
I mean,
That
there's
glitch
that.
is a
They
kind
mean
of
a lot to
pain.
me.
Right, to do, like, if you've never done it before, like trying to crouch down and get yourself caught like up against the ceiling and pop up at like the right time.
Yeah, it's a little precise, especially if you're doing speedruns of the game. That becomes one of the mechanics, especially in World 3, to skip large portions of the game. But honestly, the very first place where you can do it, where Corndan did it right there, is probably the easiest training place if you are going to be doing speedruns. So both Corndan and Sharif have played some Kid Kool and also have watched speedruns of it. They're aware of some of the tricks, but haven't really done them because Corndan, you actually said you beat this game when you were younger.
I have, yeah. I beat it a couple years ago.
Wait, a couple years?
Well, I mean, you were younger a couple years ago, or am I mistaken?
You told me when you were younger. That was deceitful.
I told you a while ago.
2 years is not a while ago. That's recently.
It was probably...
Take off some points. Take off some points.
That's it. Taking off. How old?
It was probably... I mean, honestly, it was probably about the time that you were doing the runs.
We'll go ahead and take off your age of the time that you did the run, so like 50 points.
Sure.
You old man Corn. Nah, actually, I can't remember if Corndan's older or younger than I am. We're very.
I'm older than you.
Okay, 50 points then.
An indescribable amount older.
An indescribable amount older, yeah. But no, seriously, the reason that we do this, that I wanted to do something like Grudge Match, was so that we could talk about various strategies that people have for learning how to play a game that they haven't had to play before. What they have, like this one, you have to do a lot of improvisation in order to learn what to do in order to get through sections. There's also a strange amount of memorization, especially on 1-3 where Sharif is right now.
The bridge.
The interesting thing about the game is basically here, it's deterministic.
Yeah,
there isn't like RNG really. There's no real randomness.
There is some randomness. But it's usually if you get things off cycle with the air puffs, that's when the randomness really comes and gets you.
Oh, yep. There's some really, really unfortunate spots in this game with the air puffs.
Just the air puff wanted to let you go, Corndan. It wanted you to go.
Fine, I guess I'm going that way now. This is like real dangerous, like not having the backpack like thing.
Yeah,
it's always
the little tomato like dude that you carry around. He is a weapon. I call him Vic Tokai because the company that made this is Vic Tokai. You carry him around. He's a projectile, but he is also an extra hit point. If you get hit, you lose him, meaning that you cannot kill enemies by throwing him.
If you throw him and get hit, you're dead.
Yeah.
It is very.
It's a very common mistake when playing the game to run at an enemy, throw Vic Tokai, have him go over the enemy, and then run into the enemy. Corndan,
especially when you're running at like 100 million miles
nice.
an hour.
Yeah. I mean, and level 2 is where it kind of starts to get evil. Like level 1, right? You know, it's like, oh yeah, this is nice. You'll do whatever, right? Level 2, it's like, you know what? We're gonna make you do this blind jump. Right, with this air thing, and hope they can hit a spot like 2 boxes wide.
Yeah. The character's name is Wiki, but we weren't going to talk about that.
Vic Tote Guy.
I'm Vic Tote Guy. Yeah, because you tote him around. Yeah, I don't really care that his name is Wiki. It's like WikiHow. You're carrying around WikiHow and learning how to play this game. He's here to help. You got the kill everything on the screen item that is literally useless. I swear. There
was nobody on screen. There was nobody on screen there, so that all it did was sort of waste my time a little bit, which was good. I took some I took a little bit of time to think about what I'm going to do, and I decided I'm going to die immediately. And I did it. I executed on the plan perfectly.
Wow, good job.
I'm doing a good job. I'm doing a good job at executing that same plan. I'm glad we're in sync.
Good.
We're in sync, except you're two
Yeah, you're in
levels ahead of me.
sync.
That's all.
Like I would say that the match is going pretty clearly that Corndan is in the lead, but point-wise, Sharif has like 13 points because I just gave you 5 more, and Corndan has negative 43. So, it's a little bit one-sided on the point side.
We're playing golf.
What? We're playing golf, Kid Kool? Oh my gosh! I didn't even think about that. Well,
it's fine.
All right, let's see here.
I hate this guy.
Okay, chat. I'm going to have to say chat had a really good point. Everyone asks Wiki how, but no one ever asks Wiki why.
Wiki who?
Wiki, well, we know who. The giant tomato-like thing.
It's Wiki, yeah.
Chat, I'll go ahead and give you all of the points that I took away from Corndan.
Oh, chat got points.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Chat gets points.
Heck yeah.
I don't think we can display those, but that's okay. The points are in your heart.
Well, wait, can I request those points go to Railcoon and Richard for having to put up with this on setup?
No, I gave them to Chad. I can't
we both actually used the game
the points
as the setup game.
Wait, you used this game as the setup game?
Yeah.
Yeah, we absolutely did.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
I needed to make sure. So we're both playing this on hardware.
I actually have a Kid Kool cartridge. Yeah. I'm playing on my original NES Kid Kool cartridge on my like NES with an NES controller, the brick.
Yep. I've moved to one of the FPGA NESs because it's got HDMI out, right? But
I'll go ahead and give.
I'm playing on a.
How about this? I've got a deal for you. I'll give Richard and Railcoon legacy points.
Okay, that's fine.
I like that.
10 each.
I like that. That's acceptable.
Legacy points. They last longer than this match, so that's pretty cool.
This was always Calvin Ball. I don't know if that was clear. The points are arbitrary. It's all up to bro.
Yeah, if it wasn't clear, we're just here to be idiots on stream.
I can't believe you let us do this, actually. It's outrageous.
Chat wants me to give all of Corndan's lost points. So, okay, chat is generously, I don't even know what that word was, generously donating the points over to Railcoon and Richard, which, by the way, our tech people are fantastic. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, this was really smooth, the setup and everything.
Yeah,
it's really nice. You guys have this hotfix stuff.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So we'll go ahead. Oh, actually, chat did have the points up on screen already. That's very nice. So chat, you can just go ahead and you're down to 0 points now. Take so that. I just don't give points out willy-nilly. You donate them to Richard and Railcoon. Richard and Railcoon get those points. They're gone.
I want that to be a permanent part of the overlay now. Just Richard, Railcoon and Richard each have their own...
So one thing that you're noticing with Corndan is that he's having to deal with this little cloud man. Cloud Man is a nightmare. He throws lightning down when he's over you. However, if you jump on his head once and sort of jam him down into the cloud, he doesn't die until he hit him 3 times. But then if you hit him once, he will stop throwing lightning for a little while. So it's worth it, especially in casual playthroughs, to at least jump on him once. Meanwhile, Sharif is just dealing with 1-3 the way that everybody is meant to deal with it, which is death and death and death and dying.
I got to the top one time, and I skipped like most of the level, got to the bridge, and then immediately died, and then game over, and I had to start over. And now dark purple. This is actually a cool sky. I'm into this one.
I'm not there yet on the dark sky, but I will be.
You know what? Never mind. I don't know what I was going to say. So everybody, what we have right now is Kid Kool, Corndan versus Sharif, the Grudge. Whether or not I have to actually follow up with the promise of beating Kid Kool in under half an hour. Okay. Which I said I was going to, and then I never did. And then Sharif said,
Your
"You don't
defense, this
have
game
to."
really is. How about?
And I'll be honest,
Yes.
I fully expect you to continue to not do it.
He basically just wants you to feel bad about it, and I don't want you to feel bad
Corn
about
Dan
it.
wants me to feel guilt.
Because I like you.
Look, I was religious for a long time, okay?
Yeah, I guess you're familiar with
I
guilt.
know how to feel guilt.
Look, with as much crap as I put up with him running Cuso Grande,
That's fair. That's fair.
To be fair, yeah, since Corn Dan is a huge help when it comes to Cuso
I
Grande.
am not the only admin that runs that. Everybody who helps out, right? Flannel Cat and Hedge Maze and Cadus, right? All
Kate, of course, yeah.
right, make it all go, right? I will not take sole credit.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, we put on a bad video game tournament. It's par for the course that we have these two playing Kid Kool here. But we put on a bad video game tournament where people have never seen or played the game before. They have to duel each other, and it usually lasts for a year. And because we don't really care to rush it, we like to take it easy. But honestly, there are a lot of people who help behind the scenes. Corn Dan, a big part of that, making sure that a lot of the tech goes well. Everybody who helps out a lot, but occasionally they just want to get vengeance on me.
Cuso Grande is a very interesting thing because it's great, and it's great as a spectator, and it's great as a player. Great as a player is probably too strong.
Everybody should go watch at twitch.tv/Brosentia.
Brosentia.
I'm not gonna pimp myself out there. This is about you
But I
two.
will.
That's why
This
we're
is
pimping
about
for
Kid
you.
Kool.
That's what friends are
Am
for.
I?
What are you
I'm
talking
not a
about?
Kid Kool, okay? I'm Kid okay. I'm Kid average.
Hey, get all right.
I'd
but it's
rather be
okay.
like-
It's all right to be. It's okay to be
Yeah,
okay.
Okay. Kid aight. But yeah, like
Jump.
I've just through one of the things that people have been discussing a lot regarding speedrunning and such, especially on Twitter, has been the idea of networking and talking with like how do you actually get your foot in the door to start growth? And almost every single person I've seen talking about that has mentioned that networking is how they really started. And I hate the word networking. It sounds so blah.
Corporate, yeah.
Corporate.
I mean-
but it's true. It's really
It's true.
Yeah, but the
It's who
best
you know.
thing is find a group of friends who play games or do things that you like to do. Like in our case, just playing weird, strange games or really bad games. And I say bad in a lovingly way. Playing games that are not considered good together. And that's how we have come to quote unquote network. Essentially becoming friends, I feel.
Absolutely.
I hate this
Cuso
guy,
community.
this Cloud guy still.
Yeah, he's just
He's the
zapping.
worst. He's like,
Yeah, worse than improvisers
Oh my
with all that
gosh.
zip zap zop. You know?
zip zap zooey.
Zip zap.
Zip it in.
Oh my gosh, that's
What are we doing right now? What's
We're
happening right now?
improv. It's a warm-up game. It's an improv warm-up game. Zip zap zop. You never done that?
Oh, there you go.
Or,
I've never done improv.
Well, okay.
or,
I'm not
or we're
surprised.
just
I was a
making fun
professional
of Bill
improviser.
Cosby.
No, we are no. I was a professional improviser, and I zipped and I zapped.
Oh,
Didn't make a whole lot of money doing it, but like, you know, if you do improv and you get $20 at the end of the night, you feel pretty good about it.
You got paid,
Oh.
you're professional.
Oh my gosh, we may have, depending on how Sharfers does.
I know the boss strats. It's okay.
Don't say that. Just do it. Just focus. There
No,
we
it's fine.
go. You got an
Easiest game of all
herb.
time.
What kind of herb
See,
is
empty
this
nose.
anyway?
It looks like mint or something.
Could be.
Yeah, it's a sprig, some sort of sprig.
Oh my gosh. So we thought we had a mint plant out in front of our house here.
It turned out to be like poison ivy or something.
No, it's catnip.
It's catnip.
It's catnip.
That's-
Like we have neighbor cats that just come over and lay in the bush, and they love it. I'm like, that's
mint,
cool.
Catnip is in the mint family.
It is. Corndan, very nice fact right there. 5 points for you. Catnip is indeed in the mint family.
So you could still have, like, you know, catnip and or mint, and the cats would still love it. My cats love it.
Yeah.
I don't have a cat, but if I did, he'd love it.
But yeah, like going back to like getting your foot in the door when it comes to speed running and such, I feel like, you know, because I do a lot of things with essentially playing games that you have never played before, you know, mystery tournament style. You're going into a game as your first experience. This is something that I try to put on here on Grudge Match as well as over on my channel as a way for people who haven't really done too much playing before to not really feel a whole lot of pressure, you know. Honestly, I really like experiencing a game for the first time, and it's surprising because there are some people who just have never really done races before who jump in and do much better than expected. You never really know until you do it.
It's one of those. Yeah. Some people got the juice and some people don't. Like some people are just better at playing games for the first time. I don't. I find that I'm not a very good blind player. I've played this game before, which is the only reason I've gotten as far as I have.
Yeah, I think there's a way to develop the skills to play games
for sure.
better, and I feel like Corndan has been one of those who has developed the skills over time as well.
Only when I'm not under pressure.
It's great when Corndan is stressed.
Like if I'm the one doing the racing, I'm probably gonna get last.
Yeah.
If I'm there just to fill in because we need somebody to fill in, very seldom do I get beaten.
I love this section where you just sort of hop up and down on these enemies over and over.
Yeah. I don't trust. I
don't trust them either. Kill the like bootleg Goombas, you know? Get rid of them.
But yeah, Kusa Grande was my first real experience with blind races, with racing stuff without having seen it before.
Yeah, it's specifically that term is used in reference to games that haven't been haven't played before.
First time plays with the races. And oh Christ! It introduced me like to this community, which was one of my first like homes in speedrunning, and still is a fun place to be. And it also introduced me to speed games that I've done before. Like that's a pretty common thing. Is like you get a game in Kusa. Actually, if you go to like the awful block, and if you go to any like the awful blocks from the past few GDQs, there's at least one game in every awful block is like, oh, I got this in Kusa Grande and I had to beat it.
Yeah, and for better or for worse, that tends to happen. Yeah, there's a whole different experience. Like, when it comes to good games, sitting down for an hour and playing it ends up usually being an enjoyable experience. For something like Kid Kool, most people are going to play this for 2 to 3 minutes and then say, no more, I'm done with this.
This is a really unpleasant game.
It's very unpleasant to play, and like it... Look at Sharif just trying to jump on the enemies and then dying from the one off screen.
This is the second jump of that level. It's the second jump of 2-1.
I think I can give you a pity point for that. Just one, though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I've gotten farther. I got like halfway through 2-1, and then I game over.
Well, I just like pity points. They're fun.
I appreciate it. I don't mind your pity. I'm not one of those people. I'm not too proud to beg.
Yeah, there are a lot of people, like, honestly, if you want to get started but you don't know how, and you don't know any games that you really want to play, but like the idea of doing races with new games is something, get involved in some of the communities. I mean, at Kusa Grande, the mystery tournament, I know
also
they
really
have
great,
done a lot of stuff over here on the GDQ channel as well, and we love them. They're fantastic. Definitely something that is worth getting involved with, because it's a very different skill set, and you may do well, and if you don't do well, there's no shame because you've never played the game before, you know? It's a brand new experience
is not
for
bad.
you.
It's fun.
Yeah, we try not to shame people except for Corndan when we're, you know what? Take another 10 points off for Corndan here. Because he wants me to do sub 30 Kid Kool and is currently winning this match, and I can't I'm very angry about this.
Look, I just want
I'm
you
trying to
have,
rally here. Okay.
I just want you to have experiences you said you wanted to have.
I didn't say I wanted to have it.
It was for charity.
It was for
Jeez.
charity. Wait. Actually, then I really should do it. Okay.
Right.
Oopsie.
Well, we'll go ahead and give the charity 10 points then.
Okay.
Oh yeah, shout out.
Yeah, shout outs to the
I can't
charity.
remember.
I will-
This was years ago.
I will
can't
give the
remember what
charity-
event this was.
I
It was an
believe that was-
AGDQ.
I thought it was SGDQ,
2017?
wasn't it? Because it
Like
was in
2017 or
Minneapolis.
2018.
It was SGDQ
I was in the crowd.
in
That's all I remember.
Minneapolis.
SGDQ 2018?
Yeah.
SGQ 2018.
Yeah.
It was the first one that was in Minneapolis. That wasn't in St. Paul.
Yeah, here's the deal. I know that because I went to this last SGDQ. I'm like, I've never been to Minneapolis before. This is going to be fun. And then I got in the hotel and I saw the big
I've
room
been
with
to
the
this
pinball
hotel.
tables. I'm like, I know this place.
Yeah.
I've been here.
I've been to this hotel for sure.
Oh, why have I been here?
Oh Christ.
Yeah, it's memory's weird. Anyways, yeah, you're getting to see some of the really frustrating stuff that Corn Den had to deal with there. That thin gap of water, if you fall into the water, you die, but there are enemies on the other side of the water, and there's also that like little wall there to prevent you from jumping over, placed just perfectly to throw you off. Sharif dealing a lot with these air puffs that especially the ones that shoot you vertically. If you time your jump just right, then you can get a lot of air.
You get like
But if you don't, then odds are you won't actually jump at all. You'll just kind of get puffed up a little bit. And in order to like get any horizontal movement, you have to be moving on the ground. You cannot gain momentum while in the air. And because of that,
Yeah, it's
it's very easy that you'll get poofed up into the air, and then you don't have the horizontal movement that you need, and you die. Yeah, I feel like this is the game with the worst physics on the NES that I've ever played.
I 100% agree with you.
That's
The
counting
physics are
bootlegs.
nonsensical.
This is worse
Like
than
they don't look.
bootlegs.
This is definitely worse than like Monkey King. Monkey King's a
I
lot better.
love Monkey King.
It's also bad. Like it looks bad, right? When you're looking at this, like this looks horrendous, right? I am stuck. I'm gonna hope that there's ground here. But I was just saying, it plays worse than it looks. Is actually what I was gonna say.
That's what's strange about it. Like, people can feel the molasses when you're just slowly jumping through the air, but it still is much worse trying to play it. Oh, Sharif! I felt that coming. Oh, my heart.
Oh, it's a game over too. Nice.
Well, that's okay. I love how, like, the King's Guard is portrayed as a very stereotypical nerd as well.
I think it's actually somebody like he's got like his name on his pants.
His name on his pants.
His name's
Yeah,
on
yeah,
his pants.
Like look, the next time you game over, it's like T Yan or something like that.
You know what? If you're right, I'm willing to. I'm going double or nothing points wise on that. Okay.
I like that. I think that works.
Look. I'll sit here for a second so you can see this.
Eon. What? Let me look that up. Okay, I'm looking up the credits for Kid Cool. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's actually somebody like on the development team or something, right? You know, but
okay.
Yeah, I think the best way,
There
if you actually are interested in Kid Cool, I would say look up the speedrun and try to emulate it.
There
As opposed
was-
to doing what we're doing here.
Mayumi Sano, also known as Sano Yan, who worked on it. Let me see if there's anybody else who might. Professor Toshi worked on it. Toshihisa Hasegawa, Asuya. I'm not completely sure. Oh, by the way, MTI in chat is currently arguing. Okay. So the first Kusa Grande that we had, everybody had to play for 2 hours instead of 1 hour. And yeah,
those are the good old days.
We had
The good
Kid
old
Cool.
days.
MTI in chat is one of the sufferers from those days because he got Kid Cool. Oh, can you just imagine like being put in a situation under pressure where you're stressed and you have to
And
play
you're
this?
struggling.
Like
Yeah.
even playing this for quote unquote fun is difficult.
There's no pressure here.
Yeah, there's no pressure here.
I bear no consequences to losing other than Brosenja being mad at me, which is okay.
I mean,
Okay, so I feel like we're gonna have to leave it up to chat because I don't see somebody named
I mean, but that's what it says.
Sano, but it might be a Y, and if so, then that would be Sano Yun, the map artist who did.
I mean, that is definitely a Y.
Oh, okay. If it's a Y, then I feel you're back to 0 points, Corndan.
Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you that. Guess what? They also ended up doing some of the audio for Kingdom Hearts 1.5 remix.
The audio really isn't a problem in this game.
Well, they
It's
didn't do the
everything
audio for
else.
this. They did the like sprite work, I think, the map artist, you know.
That's less.
Oh,
good.
well,
No, it's fine. I don't know why the air pots are so sticky looking, but they are.
Yeah, maybe there's like honey on there or something.
Honey. What do you think? Bears are wandering around just trying to like scoop honey out of those?
I think it's Garfield. actually.
Garfield. Okay, that's fair. That's why, yeah, you're on the quest to get the herbs back as well as Garfield. Actually, no. The king, he just wants to get feeling better. He doesn't want to die, and that's why he sent you on this quest. However,
honestly,
the amount of
that's
times
a
that
pretty
you
reasonable-
die. But you're expendable. You're just a kid.
Kid Kool.
Yeah, you're the coolest kid, I guess.
Why is he called Kid Kool? I actually don't understand that.
Because
I'm
he's-
not sure I know that lore.
because he's cool.
I'll
And it
try
was
to
like-
find the lore. Just give me a minute.
It was like the 80s, and you know,
You had to be cool in the 80s, yeah.
and,
Yeah,
and
he
you
wore
had to be,
sunglasses or whatever.
and you had to be cool with a K. You couldn't just be like normal cool.
Why not, you know?
Well,
Well, I do love that the manual makes this game look so much cooler than it actually is. Like the cover, you've got ripped jeans that are like rolled up around the ankles, you know, a leather vest, and I swear that's a Levi shirt that's cut off on the arms. I like it.
I mean, this is the sort of game that. Thank you, like Goomba dude, for saving me. 'Cause
Well, I
should
do
not
have the story if you want to hear that.
I do want to hear the story.
By the way, I don't know if Railcoon heard, but we are giving Corndan all of his points back. They have to come from somewhere, though, right?
Yeah, they come from you.
Vic Tokai is now
Oh, okay,
minus
Vic-
48 points.
Vic Tokai can absolutely be minus 48 points for.
The developer of this game gets minus 48 points because
Deserved, earned.
yeah, Corndan was
100%
right. Yeah. Although here's the deal, I'd rather somebody make a janky platformer like this that is memorable and terrible than something that's boring.
Yeah, like the new Bubsy game or whatever.
The new Bubsy, you know what the worst thing about it is? It's mediocre.
Yeah, it's forgettable. That's exactly like. There's no reason to ever play it.
I
You've played
I
it.
feel bad about that. Like I wanted it to be memorable, but it just isn't. Hey, good job. On to 2-2, Sharif. Corndan, you're on
Yep.
2-3, aren't you?
I just made it to 2-3.
Okay, so you're just
All right, see,
one
I'm not that far
level
behind. Everything's-
behind Sharif, which is fine.
We're kind of running low on time, though, aren't we? Oh, we're running very low.
Yeah, we've got 15 minutes left. It's okay. You've got hope. Not much, but you've got a little bit of hope. If
this
you
guy.
can get past Zappy McZapface here, then
The guy that just killed me
Yeah.
right just now, that guy.
Yeah, that took me like a while. Like that guy is a jerk.
Oh,
I've got the story for you, by the way, about Kid Kool. Now that we're 45 minutes into it, why are
I've been
you
waiting
on
this
this
whole
quest?
time.
The kingdom
Bated
of
breath.
Oldham was probably the most peaceful and prosperous country on Earth. At least it seems so, but then the seeds of a single but worrisome problem began to spring up in the kingdom. Then one day,
Okay.
quite unexpectedly, what?
That's BS.
-5
You
for
can't-
interrupting me. But
I
go
know,
on.
right? But that you can't hit the cloud guy with the Vic Tote guy.
You can't?
I thought
No,
you could.
just
I haven't
like-
seen Wiki in like 3 levels.
It's
so-
just like-
Yeah,
pass
you're
through
not
him.
going to find him on level 2. Level 3 you will. Or 2
I found him once on level 1.
You're not. Yeah, I don't think he's really findable. You might be able to find him on 2-2, but it's very out of the way if so. I would say don't worry about Wiki.
I didn't find him on 2-2.
Okay, well, anyways. Then one day, quite unexpectedly, King Voldem V failed to appear before the people of the kingdom. The people could not see their king because an incurable disease had fallen upon him and kept him confined to his bed. Well, it's incurable. I think that's the end of the story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we trying to find a cure to an incurable disease? Oh.
I mean, we've cured many incurable diseases. Let's be real.
True.
Like, honestly,
That's actually true, yeah.
modern science is so freaking cool. Like, honestly, all of the medical development that has happened over the pandemic sucks. Okay, it's been terrible. But at the same time, there have been so many advances that I think are going to have long-lasting effects, especially the mRNA vaccine. It's freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in terms of science, like, moving forward, that was definitely...
Yeah, my father talked about it, saying, that he thinks it's basically our generation's moon launch, the mRNA vaccine and the work that they put into that.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was under really unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't
Yeah.
believe we went to the moon either, so...
That's fair.
Okay, anyways, so incurable disease. There was only one way King Voldem could rid himself of this disease. He would have to collect the 7 herbs of mysterious curative powers from a part of the neighboring but far-reaching empire of Draxer. What the crap? You named it
How many worlds
Draxer?
are in this game? 7?
My name is... Yeah, there are 7 worlds.
7, right? Yeah. 7 worlds, 3 so 21 levels total, and I'm on level 5.
Yeah. Everybody, if you're watching this and you've never played, you cannot begin to understand how difficult and, like, unruly the game is. Like, yeah, you can see visually how difficult it is, but you still don't know until you've played it. It's just one of the unknowable things until you've been through that experience. You have to play this. I recommend everybody play this at some point, just because you have to understand. Whew. Okay.
This host is the best. Twitch.tv/Brosentia. Good streamer.
Anyways, blah, blah, blah. There were monsters. Had the Draxter Empire at long last launched an attack? What? Apparently, the king is sick and the Empire is attacking? That's not good.
That's like probably what's going on here.
In the midst of this confusion, an extraordinary boy from a faraway country flew through the broad skies. The strange object, it seemed, was not of Draxarian origin. This boy, wearing what appeared to be dark glasses, was running and jumping from one place to another at fantastic speeds. Word spread through the kingdom of Voldem that the Grand Chamberlain, lord of all the king's vassals, had invited this King Kool to the palace. Once there, King Voldem and the Grand Chamberlain implored Kid Kool to set out for the evil Draxer Empire on their behalf. Well, there you go. And you only have 3 days to do it.
Like 3
how
hours
everyone's
to do
familiar
it.
with this game.
I mean, per the game, it's 3 days. I don't know. It's complicated. See, you're still in the wee morning hours of the first day.
You can kill this guy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. You can't steal his cloud, though. I've tried.
Yeah, this is not Mario.
But you killed the guy with the lightning.
I sure did.
That's 5
I
points. Wait, Corndan, you did?
I mean, he was on this level like an hour
You're
ago.
spreading
I was.
lies now, so I think that we gotta deduct from you. I'm very opinionated about who I want to win here.
Just take my points away from the Vic Tokai Corporation.
Well, okay, Vic Tokai is now negative 53 points. Sharif gets 5 points. There you go.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm into it. This guy died.
It's okay. Yeah, Vic Tokai, that company was like some... I don't know if they manufactured VCRs or something, some sort of video equipment.
It was a subsidiary of a hardware company for sure.
Yeah, so, but they wanted to branch out and try video games, and they made a couple of them. This Clash of Demon Head, honestly, for a company that had no business making video games before, they did a pretty impressive job. Like, this game isn't good, but at the same time, it runs pretty well. There's very little lag. The fact that you can
The vertical scrolling is a little bit...
Well, okay, yeah, it was an idea. They had an idea for vertical scrolling. It didn't work out. The horizontal scrolling, though, is really...
It's very good, yes.
Really good. Very responsive to what's happening. I mean, I've played Bible Adventures extensively, and this runs horizontally like a million times better.
This is better than Bible Adventures? I would agree with you.
I mean, not physics-wise, but visually, yes.
Scrolling.
Yeah, scrolling-wise, for sure. Oh, geez, the days... The weird things that you have to learn in order to do speedruns of a game. Kid Kool, when you're doing a playthrough just trying to get through it, honestly, you're just... There may be a little bit of memorization that, oh, okay, after this specific jump, there is a wall that's going to block me and send me straight down into the water. Like you had right there, Sharif. And that's an important...
I knew it was there.
But a lot of just doing a playthrough for a game that you've never played before, you're just having to deal with reacting to what's there on the spot. Yep. And if you're in the air with Kid Kool, or if you're moving at a reasonable speed, there's not really time to react. It's very, very difficult.
But if you're moving slowly and carefully, like, the jumps are hard to make. Like, it's so easy to short a jump if you're not moving fast enough. Up.
Honestly, I feel like at least early on, it's a lot easier to accidentally go too slow than too fast.
Well, if you go too fast, you just run into an enemy straight on, and then you're dead.
Yeah, but if you're jumping, you're usually gonna at least like make half of your jump before you're dead.
I'm gonna repeat this. As bad as the controls look, they actually are worse.
They are. Corndan is onto the nightmare area right here and died. Literally,
those two enemies are just like so bad.
If you try to do that section without using the glitch, specifically the glitch to clip into the air puffs, it's almost impossible. I've done it, but it was probably about 20 to 30 minutes of trying. Like, seriously, it is a nightmare to deal with this area right here.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's so incredibly bad. I love that Meekins is in chat. Meekins is going to be playing in the next game coming up after this, saying it's pretty tough. Yeah, like that's the understatement of the century right there. Pretty tough. Well, Corndan is to boss number 2 here, and we've got this guy. Who actually is a bit of a pain to deal with. You can... Okay, well, you saw something that you hadn't seen before right there, which is coyote time. This game does have coyote time. If you walk off a ledge, and then sometimes you enter coyote time where you basically can't control for about 2 to 3 seconds. You can sort of try to get back on the ledge, but it's very difficult to do so. Unfortunately, if you are fighting that specific boss, his head counts as a ledge. If he walks out from under you and you're walking in the same direction, it enters coyote time. He turns around, jumps into you, you're dead. There's just no dealing with it. Especially if you've already thrown Vic Tokai, which you had, Corndan. I'm going to give you 5 pity points, okay? That was rough. But you showed like one of the most frustrating deaths in this game.
No.
Yep.
I had a couple. It's the animation, like the ledge animation. It's weird. It's very
I can't
good.
believe I agreed to this though, because Sharif promised that he was going to forgive me of not
I have forgiven
speedrunning
you.
Kid
It's
Kool.
done. The deed is done.
Yeah,
I
and
have forgiven
I let
you.
everybody
This is
else
on,
know.
This is on Corndan.
This is on Corndan. Corndan, you have cursed me.
I just wanted it to be earned.
Okay. Well, everybody, I feel like Sharif and like both of you have done pretty much as well as anybody has done in Kusa Grande when it comes to Kid Kool. And honestly, like this is not an easy game. Even if you've had a couple years where you haven't played it, it's very easy to forget how all of the mechanics work. And like
It took a
not
second for me
even
to
necessarily
figure it all back
forget, it's just like if you haven't played this for 5 minutes, you're rusty.
Pretty much. Like,
Yeah, both of you have done fantastic in this game.
I mean, we do both have like it's about. It was less about learning the mechanics and more about remembering where all the deaths are.
Oh my gosh, the little helicopter jumpy dudes. I mean, technically, Sharif, if you hurry and beat this level and then like beat the boss, then you win and I am free from Kid Kool
I
forever.
got pretty close to the end of the level.
You wanna
just before
do
I
that,
game over,
please?
so. I'm going. I'm doing it.
Well, you
I'm
better
trying.
hurry, please.
I'm working on it. Oh dear, I'm stuck between
Oh.
the two. Oh, fine. Everything's good. Oh, this is a bad area. Oh, no. Just for doing this, I have no standards when it comes to video games or food.
look, let's be honest. I can get Sharif to do much anything. Hey, Sharif, I found this trash. You should play it. And the next thing you know, we're on GDQ talking about it.
I do want people to know, there was a time that I really didn't like calling games bad. But at this point, I'm willing to call a game bad, but not say that it's necessarily unfun. This game is both bad and unfun.
This is not a fun game. It's just not.
I still
It just really
recommend
isn't.
it because it's one of those unbelievable games.
It's an experience people should have.
Yes, you need to have the Kid Kool experience to know just how good Mario is. Okay, Mario could have been Kid Kool.
Especially if you consider yourself like a bad games player, like there's a whole bunch of us. Like this is definitely like required homework for sure. Oh, I'm gonna fall.
There are some games that like I recommend everybody play. If you're going to enter a tournament where you might get served Kid Kool, you probably want to have it checked off of your list of games that can be given to you.
Yeah, this is a good game to be able to just veto.
Yeah, send the veto. Don't play Kid Kool in a mystery tournament. Okay.
The last time I was at GDQ, last time I was in Kusa Grande as a competitor. I was maybe 3 years ago, and NPC, another friend, was the GM, and he was going to give us Uncanny X-Men for the NES, which is also a horrendously bad game. But I played it.
Yeah, it's bad.
I played through it, and so I got a veto. Instead, we played Duelie Bravo Land, which is a lot worse, and I'm still kind of mad at him about it.
It's not good. By the way, time is coming up
apologized to me
for
later.
y'all. You're going to be able to breathe in a second. And I think
I'm gonna beat this
that
boss
is
first.
just about time for you.
Time? All right.
Oh, well, everybody, let's see if Corndan can beat the boss. If so, I'll go ahead and give Corndan all of the points that he deserves, which is actually like -10.
That's fair.
All -10 of those points for beating that boss, Corndan.
All
He beat the
right.
boss?
He beat
Nice.
the boss.
That's actually really good.
So angry.
Getting to World 3 in an hour is really good.
That's
really
really good. Seriously, great
I won't
job
lie,
there.
my hands actually kind of hurt.
Yeah, NES controllers are a little brutal on the hands, but seriously, great job to both of you. I'm very happy. How did he even hit you, Sharif? How?
I don't know.
I don't
That
know.
was bad.
I don't know.
That was really
But yeah,
unlucky.
both of you managed to survive. You got through a good amount of the game. You dealt with all of the stuff that Vic Tokai could throw at you. And as far as I can tell, you're not too angry about having to play this game for an hour.
I agreed to it. It's not like I can't be mad at something I agreed to do.
I can be mad at a lot of things. But yeah, so here's the deal. The grudge has been settled. I am not forgiven. And I still have to speedrun Kid Kool in under half an hour. Will I actually do it?
No,
I don't.
we all
remains
know.
to be seen. Probably not, but at least I'm not forgiven. I can go ahead and put that on my list of... I don't know. My list of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
My long list of sins. Kid Kool is on that. There we go. Well, I really enjoyed this. I want to know, if you have anything that you'd like to say. Corndan as our victor, as our champion, as our Kid Kool expert.
I mean, I'm still willing to consider absolving you from it, but we gotta let the community decide on that.
I feel like I don't want the community to talk about it right now because they've got 0 points up on screen, and
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, I did try to give them points, but they refused.
No, we gave the points to the people who actually helped put on the show. Richard and Railcoon did a great job of making sure we got set up in a timely fashion and helped run everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, seriously,
these guys get the
thank you.
real credit, behind the scenes.
Is there anything else that you're doing these days, Corndan? I mean, you're helping around with Kusa Grande and Big Bad Game-a-thon, which I believe not the schedule, but the game list will probably be coming out in a week
maybe
or
the
two.
schedule, will come out soon. We're working on it. I mean, I don't do a lot of streaming. I'm trying to get back into it. I do a lot of 3D printing stuff now instead.
You made an
make
octopus.
headphones. I did. I made this this octopus. It's amazing. I like these headphones I made, right? So I do that. I'm actually making a Hot Wheels track for my son. So we can race Hot Wheels. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, what about you, Sharif? What are you doing these days?
Nothing as cool as 3D printing headphones, but I normally stream Tuesdays and Thursdays on my stream.
Okay.
Tuesdays are stuff like this. Bad games, Barbie games. I'm currently playing through Grey's Anatomy on the Wii.
Ooh.
And Thursdays is more like the story, like story-heavy games, like Life is Strange and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
thanks for having me on.
Remember, twitch.tv/Corndan, twitch.tv/Sharfers, not Sharif, as you have seen on the screen. Sharif just likes to confuse us.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I like to be confused. Well, thank you so much, everybody. We are going to be going to a short break. And then after this, we have Meekin versus Willard J. Bradley in another mystery game. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. I am Brosentia. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support weekly Hotfix content. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy these weekly Hotfix shows. We love to have you here. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and head on over to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content. Weeknights, we start at about 7 p.m. Eastern, and weekends at about 1 p.m. Eastern. We have some games that we are showing off on the channel here. Also, remember, starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. is Going Places, a show about portable and regional exclusive games, followed by Think Fast, the speedrunning quiz show where answering quiz questions can earn you bonus time in your speedruns. Come and check that out. Again, that's tomorrow, Saturday at 1 p.m. Now, today, with the Hotfix Grudge Match, we have two people who have not played a game before going up against each other. The previous match, they both had a little experience in the game, Kid Kool. But this game, I know that Meekin has seen the game but hasn't actually played it. Let's go ahead and introduce the players before we even reveal what game we have, though. Meekin, you're here with us. How are you doing today?
I'm here with you. I'm doing all right.
Well, good.
I'm fine. How are you? How have you been the last hour?
You know what? I got to watch other people play Kid Kool, and I didn't have to play it. I was fantastic.
I felt the same way.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And let me just say, the game that you're playing, I feel, is a lot more enjoyable in many ways. How about you give an introduction? Let people know who you are. I've known you for a long time, Meekin, but I'm not sure people in chat yet.
I've been playing in Bro Cinch's Kuso Grande for since the start. Actually, I've been in all of them. The games haven't gotten any better, but the production has, so that's nice.
Oh my gosh, the production at the beginning is so I look at the first year, it's hideous. Oh,
it's okay.
No, I sort of love how hideous it is. I wouldn't have it any other way, but
I do recall the one time Skybills and I got to restream a race of yours, and I think it might also be related to the game we're playing today.
You may be right. I'm trying to remember, though. If you're talking about when I raced Author Blues,
yes,
it wasn't this game. It was the other game in the series.
The other
correct.
Game.
Yes. Well, great. No. I also see that I asked you what your favorite game is, and you said there are too many good games.
I like just playing games. I don't care if they're good games or bad games. It's hard for me to pick favorites because I just like being stupid in video games more than the games themselves. It's more like the experience, I guess.
Okay, okay.
I like these mystery tournament things. I like first playing things.
I completely understand that feel. I mean, everybody has played the Marios. Who has played the Kid Kools? Who among us has been a Kid Kool? That's the big question.
I played Decap Attack once, which is kind of similar.
That's like the best version of Kid Kool out there. So you played almost good Kid Kool, is what I would say. You also like burgers?
I do like burgers. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good.
That's like the only thing I said for my food. You asked me what food I wanted, I just put burger.
You said burger. Okay, well, good job. You're the burger time person here. Yeah. Well, on the other side of the screen will be Willard J. Bradley, who is hopping in. Also loves Secret of Mana, just like Corndan. Good choice. Hello there, Willard.
I've been holding back laughter this entire time while you guys were talking.
Yeah, I've been watching your cam there. I don't know. We do a little banter there. I'm not sure if you're fake laughing or real laughing, but you're trying to be quiet.
I do have some acting background, but no, those are real giggles to myself. Don't worry.
Acting? Oh, what kind of acting?
I did a lot of musical theater in college, and then I moved out to LA and did a lot of background stuff, just kind of being present in the moment in the background.
Okay.
Tell them about the one.
No, I don't. Which one?
We could ask about that later.
I'm sorry.
What's the favorite musical you were in?
Hair, I would say.
Hair's a great one.
Back in that was the year before I started my freshman year of college. I actually had hair down to my shoulders, so I was an easy pick to get in there.
My hair is so long right now.
I had prior to last year, I had grown my hair out for a full year just because of the whole, pandemic thingy. So I got to re-experience
my pandemic hair going.
My hair, if you will.
Well, cool. And you like chicken pot pies. I'd say that's a solid choice.
Can't go wrong with them. It's hard to mess up a chicken pot pie. It could just be one of those basic frozen ones, but they still hit the spot. So
I've got one story about how to mess up a chicken pot pie, and it's all about that might be a story for another time. I want to get into this game fairly soon because your grudge apparently is about Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Speaking of chickens. Wow. Nice segue. Great segue.
But there we go.
Oh my gosh.
Because Meekin apparently beats you all the time.
Is that too good at several video games, and if it wasn't kicking my butt in Zelda randomizers, it's Ultimate Chicken Horse or Mario Maker 2
Animal Edition.
We've played a lot.
Willard seems to think Yeah, Willard seems to think the ultimate chicken is better than the ultimate bunny, and we're gonna see.
The chicken is so funny.
Okay, so chicken.
I can't argue with that.
Chicken or bunny? What's going to be better? Well, luckily we have another game that I personally know and love. I have beaten this game, and it's one that we had some back and forth about what type of game we wanted. Willard wanted a puzzle game. Meekin said, no puzzle game. I want a platformer. Willard said, no platformer. So I gave you like a sort of platformer, but honestly, it has a whole bunch of different elements in this game. Tintin Prisoners of the Sun for Super Nintendo. Now, this is what I believe is the better, quote unquote, better of the two Tintin games. It's at least a little bit easier to begin with, but at the same time, it is a little rough around the edges. And yeah, I definitely say that this game is not necessarily great per se, but I love the art in the art style. It's also a little bit aged, as people can probably see, which that tends to be the case with some old video games. I'm hearing a little crispiness on Meekin's game.
I'm just glad to be playing a Super Nintendo game.
No, that's probably just Discord. That's fine.
Probably just crispy chicken.
I like chicken. Yeah. Oh no. Crispy chicken. Are you already insulting the chicken? Well, that's all right. I can live with that. Well, are you two ready?
Does it default to baby mode, or do I have to go into options and change?
Medium is the default, I think.
Just stay on the default difficulty, which is medium difficulty.
Okay.
No, like raising the difficulty
I want it.
Or lowering it is not really going to help.
Maybe
just go with the default, because you're going to get game over a lot. Perfect. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
In that case, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm going.
Game. I like how it just says game. It doesn't say start or anything, just game.
Game.
I can't read this at all, by the way. This text is illegible to me.
It's a little difficult to read, but yeah, you're going into some... Oh no,
mysterious
the professor
illness.
is sick.
He got illed.
Yeah, he did.
Raskar Kapak. He...
I gotta go tell Dr. Midge, is what I think it said.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Professor Calculus who gets sick. You're gonna see him every once in a while.
Is that him, like, dead on the desk over there?
That's,
I'm leaving, goodbye.
Canton Mill.
Dr. Midge? I'm going.
I'm going. Find the doctor to help out.
I'm going. I'm out of here.
Okay, so Meekin has seen a little bit of this game. If needed, I will be giving a little information if anything is brutal.
A lot of the Tintin games, I think I've seen a little bit of most of them, but most of them just kind of blend together.
Okay.
This child is attacking me, and I don't like it.
That's the Tintin life, you know? Just
is that ball in a cup?
It's a ball in a cup.
Yeah. Oh my God. She hit me with it.
Yeah, don't...
Do you want to race ball in the cup for an hour?
The most fragile human in history, okay?
This
and
man
literally everything will murder this poor Belgian boy.
This man patrolling the museum hates me.
Yeah. Run away.
What is that?
And I would say that, like, this is one of the games where they definitely put visuals over everything else. At the same time, it still follows the story of the original book there.
The game looks beautiful. It really does.
Yeah, this is fine. Oh, I can jump now. Oh, those are spikes.
Oh, those are spikes.
Yeah.
I found I'm dead. I found a ducky. Was that a ducky that refilled my health?
Yeah, I saw that too. I think I got it. Is this thing like...
Is it a duck or like a golden thingy?
A golden goose?
I didn't get a chance to look at it. It just kind of... I absorbed it too quickly.
Meekin has learned that the power eventually, the light switch is only a temporary light switch. It doesn't stay on the entire
It's the same way it is in real life, right?
Yeah, you know. Oh my gosh.
Get out of the way. I gotta get back to jumping on spikes.
We've got some lights on the staircase where I live here because we put them there, and they're motion activated. I have to do a dance in order to get the lights to turn on. Seriously, they do not pay attention to me.
They're not clap-ons? Oh no, that guy tricked me again.
Oh, what? Oh, hey.
It's a little ducky.
I'm learning stuff.
Yeah.
That man's gonna kill me. Oh.
No, he's just... It's at the end of the corridor.
He looks like he's about to hit me with a stick.
He
Like
looks
he's making
What's
a
his
pose like
name?
he's about to make a home run with my head.
Wimpy from Popeye. That's what he looks like.
Oh, he
looks
does look like Wimpy.
Yeah. Okay,
Sir.
you're putting the puzzle elements together, Willard. You're doing pretty good, I think.
I hear dinging and donging.
Wait.
Oh, there's a time limit, isn't there? Oh, geez.
You have everything that you need right there. No, there's Professor Calculus. Time out.
Wait, I thought he got attacked. Why is he here haunting my dreams?
Okay, it was a different professor you're trying to help right now, but yeah,
Oh,
Professor
goodness.
Calculus will be an important character who comes and murders you whenever you take too long.
Oh, no. I don't want to get murdered by the professor.
That's what he does. Look at him. He's got, well, okay, you can't see him right now, but yeah, you'll see him again.
Why is there a timer on the light switch? What were they thinking? Also, why are there spikes? What
It's
were
a
they
university.
thinking?
They're trying to conserve the energy.
Oh,
You know? I know
I
what
guess
they were
it-
thinking.
are those
I guess if you,
energy
like,
absorbing
murder-
spikes?
If you murder the students, then I
Yeah, they
suppose
absorb
you have to
blood.
use less energy.
Oh no! I
You
need
know,
that.
That sort of makes me think of that one Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, you know, where they like were eating all the students. Do you remember that
Oh,
episode?
That's such a good one.
It's a classic.
I was looking for an episode to watch the
Tintin.
other day when I was eating dinner, and I almost watched the one where like Bart has a twin or something. But then I settled for a different one, and I was satisfied.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the one where he has the twin living in the attic, that's a pretty good one. Okay. Both of you are through the dark room though. Okay.
I have about twice as much time as I had last time.
Yeah.
I am
Time is a huge
one
factor in this
KO.
game.
Oh no.
You know, maybe. Hello, sir. May I borrow that broom?
This music is
Maybe I can
swinging.
pole vault over some characters or something.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Can Tintin pole vault?
Sure. I wonder if he ever has. You know what? If he has, I'll give you some points. Let me see. Tintin.
Oh my
Dr.
gosh.
Midge, wake up!
He's asleep.
Wake up.
Yeah, right. Asleep. He's definitely
I
dead.
don't think that's asleep. Yeah.
Well, now what?
Okay. Yes.
As far as I can tell,
asleep.
I do not immediately see any pictures of Tintin pole vaulting, so I don't think so.
Did you just Google search Tintin pole vaulting?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I would
I mean,
say.
what else?
Some,
Like, I'm
sure
sorry,
there's
I'm
some
not doing
dolly
more
art for
research
that or
than that. Yeah.
oh no!
You gotta tell Professor Tarragon. By the way, Tarragon. What is Tarragon?
It's like Terra from that Final Fantasy game, but she's not here.
Okay.
Is it an herb?
A what?
Is it an herb?
I
Maybe it's an
think it is an herb, if I'm
Uh-oh.
not mistaken, which was relevant to Kid Kool.
Did I do it?
Oh, I think I did it too.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and give you 5 points for that, Willard.
Yes.
Tarragon, also
Oh,
known
no.
as estragon, is a species of perennial herb in the family.
Oh, wow.
Blah. It's native to North America. It's pretty tasty.
I like how Brasincha gave us a game where we play as him.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I used to use Tintin as an icon because I used to actually do my hair quite a bit like that. But at the same time, they're like Tintin, a little bit of the history of some of the cartoons.
Oh.
You know, it's a
Uh-oh.
little bit problematic. But at the same time, I'd say that since the creator, you know, once a creator is dead who had some problematic views, then you can sort of reclaim it a little bit. So I don't know. I used to use Tintin as an icon. Don't anymore.
Uh-oh. I'm getting murdered.
I saw this in the preview. That guy's shimmying.
Yeah.
Book.
I like that man that just gets zapped by the sun.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
Prisoners of the Sun. Oh, this mansion is murderous.
Oh no.
5% completed.
Oh man,
Yeah.
we're almost there.
5%? Oh no.
You got so close.
Oh, that's it. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
By the way, can either of you name Tintin's dog?
It's snowy.
Snowy.
Yeah. Oh,
Willard knows it because I told him earlier.
Me can
You
beat
sure
you.
Oh, we said at the same time. Come on, I heard it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
okay.
he started it at the same time or earlier, but I.
Well,
finished the
Willard,
series.
Oh, no.
you got the herb points. Meekin,
the
you
herb
can
point.
go ahead and get the snowy points.
I got the dog points.
You got the dog points.
Oh, my
You
Tintin
like
is being murdered.
This sun is so deadly. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I'll say.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a ball of fire.
Oh, ball in a cup.
My
Please.
grandmother, when I was a child, she told me of a story of how she saw ball lightning fly into her room and fly around and then fly out the window.
Oh.
And I think she was
Oh.
lying.
I don't like this. What's happening?
She tells a lot of stories. Well, she told a lot of stories that didn't ever happen. So, it wouldn't have been a surprise.
A mysterious ball of lightning.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I don't like this
believe it.
situation.
My grandfather, though, did get struck by lightning.
Oh no, zing!
The zing. Yeah, you told me that you recognize that word.
I did.
Like, is this the one that has the zing in it? I'm like, yeah, it does.
When do we get passwords? I saw there was a password screen and I want one.
There is a password screen.
Was it
Don't
the one
worry.
that said raw? Was that the password screen? or
That's
is there a
not the
different one?
password.
It's raw the
Okay.
pass. Oh no.
Is
You'll
raw the
you'll
password?
very much know when a password shows up. Trust me.
Okay. It is. Is it more than 2 letters?
It's like a slab. If you go to I went to the password screen and looked at the
if you
password.
pass by
Oh,
the
okay.
password, I'll just write it down and make sure that you have it. So don't worry. Like, don't stress too much. This isn't like the most serious race in the world, okay? This is
I'm
Tintin. You're playing
stressing
Tintin.
over Tintin, who's getting
You've got a
murdered by
Garfield
children.
shirt, Willard.
So stressful.
Wait, now we know where
Yeah.
Garfield went in Kid Kool. John Arbuckle was dying. Garfield left him. He's on your shirt.
To be imprisoned into a T-shirt.
Oh no.
You know what? There are worse fates.
True.
Can you imagine being imprisoned in a T-shirt? You're just a piece of art that people wear and then
Oh no.
throw in the washing machine.
Don't put me in the washing machine. That sounds awful.
Yeah. That'd be terrible.
That's how I would sound for sure.
Oh, good.
Raw.
Okay, it looks like Willard is back to the mansion and immediately
He's-
runs
fireball.
into the ball of fire. And
I didn't run into it. It ran into me.
Well, the first time you ran into it,
No.
Zing.
I crawled into
Willard.
it.
I don't need
By the way,
Chin song,
Willard, I believe you had your first match in Kusa Grande recently.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah,
did.
that's right.
It was great.
You
I watched
played
the
the
match today.
Experience.
What
Oh, you
game
did?
was
Oh,
it?
nice.
Jurassic Boy
Jurassic
for
Boy
Game Boy?
2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jurassic Boy 2, the sequel to Jurassic Boy.
Yeah, surely
think-
there is a first one.
I don't think there is. It's a bootleg on Game Gear, or no, on the Nintendo one, the Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Oh my gosh, how come I can't think of the Nintendo handheld?
The Game Kid.
It was fun. It was it was a good first experience. I do
Sufficiently
kind of
bad.
have to give Mikan kudos for inspiring me to join this year. And Yagamoth, Yagamoth also.
It's true. It's my fault.
Who apparently forgot to join this year. So.
Yagamoth did forget. You're correct. But yeah, that game. I played the NES version. The Game Boy version is strangely impressive for trying to make a Sonic bootleg on the Game Boy of all things.
The game was so fast compared to what you should reasonably be able to react to.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nothing should move
spent
that fast on the Game Boy.
You have to find a balance between going slow in a Sonic-ish game, so you're not just running into death or spikes. I do have to laugh at the game's how it handles losing your rings, and it just kind of orbits
Spiral
around
out.
you. And so much of my efforts was put into just trying to get at least one ring.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like
Am I
technically
looping?
they weren't rings; they were coins. I always accidentally call the Sonic rings coins. And then that game showed up. I'm like, I don't have to even correct myself anymore.
They're actually coins.
They're actually coins. Oh my gosh.
I had fun. It was fun. A fun, good experience. I can't wait for round 2. I know what I need to do if I want to go in the door. Oh, that's where I spawned. Oh, okay. I somehow got turned around.
But you,
Whoop.
Professor Calculus has killed you.
Oh
It took too
no.
long. Yeah.
You're
What
out
a
of
way
time.
to go.
Yeah,
How
death
did
by.
I-
Been here.
Guy with the pendulum.
Oh, maybe it wouldn't let me go in the door because I was out of time. Because that was new territory, because there was a new thing that fell on my head. That's how you know.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying this mansion, by the way.
Oh, it's great. I don't ever want to leave.
I don't. I can never leave.
You know, I could live here. Like, besides the giant ball of flame, but you know.
Right. I mean, you don't need.
It's not even very bright. It's a very localized sun.
Okay,
I love that right at the beginning, the sun just like causes one guy's clothes to explode.
What a way to go.
And he gets them back every time. Like, he comes in with a new suit and everything, and immediately gets zapped again.
You get an extra life, he gets an extra set of clothes. It's just a good exchange.
I don't know about you, Mikon, but I've been crawling through this entire level.
It seems like a great idea.
By the way, I need to let you know, Meekin, your number of points is currently dazing.
Oh no, that's not even a number.
It's not. Willard J. Bradley, though, has at least 0.5. No, the 5 for the Terragon, 0.5 for having 0.5% completed.
Is it positive or negative dazing?
There's an exclamation point at the end, so it's actually fractal.
Oh no. Fractal dazing? Oh no.
Is that fractal? What is it called when you have the exclamation point at the end of a number? I'll give you an extra exclamation point if you can answer me that question.
Doesn't it mean like not? Or is that's at the beginning, isn't it?
Isn't that?
Yeah,
no,
this isn't computer science, this is math.
Like a little tilde?
Yep, he's still here.
No, why are you talking?
I found him. Oh, wait, no.
I'm very tempted to take that away. Hey, both of you are through the level at the same time.
Wait, all I had to do is come back here? What the heck?
Factorial. Never mind.
Oh, I played Factorio the other day.
That's not what it is. You want me to take your Tazing away?
Oh, it's Factorio? Oh, wow, that's really interesting.
A buddy and I have been playing a big space mod in Factorio. It's been pretty fun.
Ooh, I didn't know there were mods.
Yeah, it has like a mod browser built into the game itself. Calculus! Tintin is like
start playing it.
Just yelling calculus out there. I thought we were doing no math.
This is how people teach math. They just run around yelling, calculus! That's how my teachers did it.
I am just so stressed about something's gonna fall on my head. This is a pricker bush. Okay, that's fine.
A pricker bush, that's the scientific term right there.
Oh, what is
pricker
that?
bushes, they fall off of trees. Yeah, gotta watch out.
Calculus has put up a...
So what are your thoughts about the game so far? We're about 15 minutes in.
Well, it probably has better jump momentum than Kid Kool does, but it's still not great.
Okay.
No! Fall damage. My bones!
I fell in the pricker bush.
Completed.
10% complete. All right, we get to the new level, die immediately, and now we do it again.
Yeah.
I feel like I triggered something up there, but
I mean,
of course. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you another Dazing for that. That was a good find there.
Oh God, it's a man with a gun.
2 Dazing.
Honestly, this game's not bad. I'm doing a thing right now called the Dumbathon, which
I got shot in the foot, dude. I'm choking because I got shot.
That's not good. Yeah, you've been shot twice. That's correct.
Okay. Well, I do have 2 feet, so that makes sense.
Little kid, get out of the way. So I've been playing like a bunch of Super Nintendo games that my community has submitted, and then thrown in the BizHawk Shuffler. Which has been fun.
Oh, yay.
So I've played a lot of stinkers over the last 7 days.
Yeah, I made some of the early iterations of the BizHawk Shuffler. Author Blues took over that, and I'm completely fine with that. He has a degree in computer science. I read stuff online and basically looked at a couple things that like Slow Beef had put together before, and yeah, it's seriously, like, Slow Beef was a huge inspiration for being able to do the early versions of that. I'm sorry that I've contributed to so many of your life mistakes already. You're not even that old yet. You're like
fine. It's kind of the way I've done it is it's kind of Kuso inspired as well, where I only have to play the game for an hour, and then I take it out of this shuffler and I never have to see it again. So
nice.
Any stinkers, it's only an hour of stink.
Well, that's good.
An hour of stink.
An hour of stink.
Yeah.
Oh no,
by the
Dr.
way,
Midge is asleep.
Meekin, you should be happy to know that instead of just giving you 2 Dzing, you are Dzing squared. So that's a lot more Dzing. Thank you, Justin. I've got lasagna.
Square?
That is
it square?
It is square.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That is the greatest news I've heard all day. Thank you.
I know, you've got a Garfield shirt. I've got his lasagna. Just good life.
All right. Did we do it on to level 2 again? I think I remember how to route that mansion. Luigi's mansion.
This kid did not.
You just got whacked.
This kid did not like the stuff I was pulling right there.
Not at all. And the kid didn't even seem to care. Just very nonchalantly,
just whacked me in the face.
Her cup and ball. Yeah,
very rude.
Honestly, museums need to stop letting those. Like, if you can't take pictures, you can't swing around the cup and ball. Come on, kid.
Come on, kid.
Did they even have flash photography? Photography definitely existed, but probably not commonly. They definitely didn't have disposable cameras.
When's the last time I've been to a museum?
Oh my gosh, it's been a while for me.
Maybe in I went to a French museum in New Orleans one time, back in high school maybe.
I almost went to a French museum, but I chose the English language instead at the start of this game.
Oh, good joke. That was pretty funny.
Thanks for laughing.
Do we get any laughs in chat? That's the important question. I'll give you a point per laugh.
Oh, I guess I don't know if the crowd saw that there's definitely a language select at the start of this game. And it's a very weird menu. It's a really weird menu.
Yeah,
they're arranged in a... Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's arranged up, down, left, right. You push the direction for the language that you want. Infogrames actually did that for a lot of their games. I'd say that their handheld versions, for the Game Boy Color, are probably some of the best handheld games out there. I really like them. However, their Super Nintendo games tend to have some flaws and tend to be not quite as good. Though visually, it's much more impressive. It's beautiful. But it's just they put a lot of effort into the animations, and when you have animations that take time to do something, it makes it a lot more difficult to actually respond to things happening around you.
Oh, no.
Not only that, but a lot of the times it's not super clear what you're supposed to do, which you're going to find out pretty soon here, Willard. Meekin's figured out something.
I discovered piece. Something. I discovered something right before getting to game over. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Does it have to do with gun? Does it have to do with...
with a gun, yes.
It is gun related.
Can you jump on the bullets?
You cannot get an Uzi. Tintin does not use an Uzi.
I didn't try to jump on the bullets. I mean, I did jump on the bullet, but I didn't try to.
By the way, I see no... Oh, there was one laugh in French. Does that get a point? I think that gets a point.
One laugh in French? Oh, did chat laugh in French?
Yeah. They actually didn't say un laugh. They just said laughs in French.
Oh,
les laugh.
Okay.
No, they didn't even say les laugh.
Okay.
It was asterisks. So I have to imagine laughing in
and
French.
it's French
I'm not
obelisk.
going to do it. I'm not going to do a French accent, okay? I've been banned from doing French accents anywhere.
How do I pick up the umbrella?
I tried so hard to get that umbrella.
Now I'm the guy with the gun?
What?
What? Why am I him?
Zing.
You know what? You figured that out a bit faster than Meekins. That was really impressive.
Yeah, it took me a whole life to get that.
I'll give you 2 points. Meekins still has the Dzing squared, so you know that's very comparable.
Mine might not be numerical, but it's cooler.
I mean, it does have one number in it, you know.
This is
after all, you've got Professor Calculus, and when you get into calculus, there are fewer numbers and more letters. So,
once you get into calculus, your days are numbered.
No, they're lettered.
Oh.
Your days are lettered. Oh, jeez.
So wait, who is the character at the bottom?
It's Captain. Captain guns a lot. It's Captain shoot people with a gun.
Yeah, Captain is a very important character in the Tintin series. He doesn't look much like the Captain because he usually wears a black jacket and has a captain hat, but I'm about 98% sure this is Captain. I love that you don't even get to...
98% sure I'm going to die.
Oh, come on.
Well, Willard did.
I tried to jump on the bullet, but that did nothing.
Well, that doesn't work.
Bang!
Get that bracelet. Get that.
Oh, I don't like this.
That umbrella.
Well,
it's a very weird
you're
design
basically
choice.
I forget canonically how old Tintin was in this story. Like, he's a lot older than he should be. He's like, what, mid-20s or something like that?
Oh,
15 to 19 years.
No!
You know,
got shot by the
basically
bullet
like
gun.
in his 30s.
He's just a boy. He doesn't know better.
I want that. I want that other thing. I saw something I wanted.
I see now. Okay, so I need to conserve me bullets.
Okay. So apparently he's between 15 and 19 years old, which honestly, with all of the gruesome deaths that he has in these games, it's kind of a little shocking. But
it's such a tiny girl hitting him with a bowling cup.
Yeah, gruesome.
Gotta watch out for that one.
Yeah.
Stop shooting at me. Very rude.
Also, what? Like, even in the first story, he's living the life of a campaigning reporter. You're 16 years old, possibly. Let him live his life. He should be playing with the cup and ball. Murdering other people running around in museums, you know? Tintin.
This guy's bullet fall off is ridiculous. The bullets just kind of I feel like very quickly slump to the ground. I guess he's really aiming at my feet. That's probably what's happening.
Yeah. Okay, so tie-in game for the 2011 film says that he's 17 years old, but he can't be 17 forever.
What?
I seem to be in a situation.
Oh, he changed it up on me.
How are you going to do this?
Oh, no.
What do you have to do? What do you have to do? Beat the level. I don't remember, actually. See if you can figure it out. I think I have a vague memory. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I think I remember.
Well,
I won't spoil until anybody wants me to spoil it, but I remember.
This is a really long section.
It really is. That's why I just stood there panicking, because I was like, I don't want to fail this. I just want to know why I couldn't pick up the umbrella.
The umbrella.
That seems like
the umbrella.
Classic Tintin.
Let me see. I just want to make sure that, just to make sure, okay, bloody handprint.
Pick it up.
Oh,
pick it up.
Oh.
Pick it up. Oh.
Why is this section so long?
Okay, I can confirm you cannot pick up the umbrella.
Okay.
So
I
don't
tried
waste
for a
your
little
time
bit.
on that anymore.
I definitely
Right.
tried for a little bit.
Yeah.
Captain, you should bring a second magazine for that gun you got there, buddy. I need cover fire.
Oh,
That just makes you want to play. Does anyone remember the arcade game Time Crisis or Time Crisis 2? It was just like a or even like the Lost World. Those awesome arcade games with like the guns that you had.
ah, no!
Oh, you were so close, Beacon.
I figured it out. But is that it? Oh, I
figure
saw
it
another
out.
life.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
This is the one.
I'm sorry, Willard, but that was really
okay. No,
hilarious.
Right, it was an intense moment right there. As Tintin's camping trips go.
Yeah. One of the issues with this game, especially with harder difficulties, is that time is a huge issue. And that becomes especially notable in later stages.
Is the time determined by difficulty?
The time is determined by difficulty, yes. You're playing medium difficulty, but I still feel the time is way too short.
It's hard to figure things out and like still advance in the same life because of the time constraint, I feel.
Yeah, and considering you haven't got a password yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Willard is having a hard time figuring out what to do. He has gotten
I have an
to
idea,
the door.
but I'm scared.
Oh, you got to the door? Okay. I did make it to the door too.
But now he's got to figure out the missing piece of this puzzle.
Uh-oh.
There's no, like...
Okay.
I'm looking for, like, a tree branch or something. Because, I mean, like, it taught us about that at the beginning, right? That you can climb trees.
About tree branches? Uh-oh. Oh, nice dodge, Tintin.
He turned my
He's
game
got
up. You can't
moves.
hear these gunshots.
Oh, yeah, that's probably pretty important.
Yeah, you need to be able to hear those.
Yeah,
Maybe chat
it's
can
like
make the gunshot sounds for us.
You know what?
Kuso, man, that Jurassic Boy 2 game had such an awesome soundtrack that I really wanted to mute it, but I was like, I need to know when I take damage, because otherwise I'm not going to know.
Yeah. Like, that was not good music, no.
No.
Which, honestly,
I mean,
if you're making a bootleg game, I'd rather have you make original and really crappy music than, just stealing the music from somewhere. Personally.
At least it had more than one track. There were at least more. It wasn't some bootleg game that only has a single attack. Attack? No. Music.
Yeah.
I'm in Tintin mode. He's got the bloodlust.
I actually think there's a lot to respect when it comes to bootlegs, even if, because with local laws, they were completely different back in the 80s and 90s than they were today. And what they were doing in those areas may have been completely fine and legal per, their specific local laws. And I can't really complain completely. Yeah, good job, Meekin. I'm going to go ahead and give
there it is.
Oh, you got the password.
I got a password.
You got a password?
Willard,
I did.
You are so close. If you can beat this level, you will get a password, but I think this is your last life as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I think be careful.
Oh, I don't like...
Oh, no.
Yeah, and enjoy the rest of the hour.
Oh, am I just going to be here forever? Okay.
No, you might actually beat this, but I love this part. So good.
Okay, get the health. Then we're in there. Get the health. Get the health. Okay. He really didn't want it.
Heal though, and an extra life.
Oh my gosh. This is much harder than the one on the Lion King.
I love this part so much. Don't worry, Willard. You might be able to see it soon.
15%.
So, I think there's one specific issue that makes it so that you aren't able to do what you're supposed to do at this point, and that is earlier on.
Was there something I had to grab before I got here, I guess?
You're right.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go back.
And it's not the umbrella.
Yeah, it's like an umbrella.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure. Sure.
I mean, like umbrella of the tree, you know?
I wish I had an umbrella for this next stage.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, why are you just driving around without the hood up? Seriously.
Is this what driving is like in Europe?
Do you have time, though?
No, of course not.
Oh, you're dead.
Run.
You're so dead. There's no chance.
Jump.
But you got an extra life, so, you know, it could be worse.
Okay.
What is that?
As long as I can make it to the next level and get the password, then I'm fine.
Meekin,
You know, I saw that
I'm
stick,
so
but I
happy.
never, it did
I'm
not
glad.
phase me to pick it up. Because it's like, why put the umbrella there and then not use it? That doesn't make sense. Video game. I think for me, and I also blame Mikon for this, is that after playing games like La Milana, I have just, sometimes I always just assume the game wants you to do like the most ridiculous thing to progress, when it can be as simple as, no, you just gotta pick up a stick.
Just whip the wall. That's all you have to do.
Just pick up a stick. Don't overthink it.
I love La Milana, but holy cow, I still haven't beaten it.
We did
great
the we did
great
we
game,
did
great
the
randomizer.
La Milana 2 DLC. Was that earlier this year?
Yeah, it was earlier this year.
Yeah, by the way, one thing to make your life a little easier, if you just shoot all your bullets with the dude, you can stop using
Oh, and then
it.
he goes away.
Yeah,
Okay. On the last attempt, I didn't shoot a single bullet, and he was like, "Yeah, go on without me." It's like,
Things like it help. I'm out of here.
but yeah, it makes this part a little bit faster. I'll go ahead and take away, like, but he shot 4 bullets right there. Four bullet points. 4 points total.
Bullet points are actually things, though.
Just because of the help, but I think it was important.
Oh, I can honk the horn? Let's go.
You can honk? Okay, I didn't know that.
It's up on the D-pad.
It's up on the deep. Oh
gosh.
Whoa.
Please shoot. Please shoot.
Zing.
Why no shoot? Okay, get the health.
Why is up on the D-pad honk the horn? The other buttons don't appear to do anything. They might.
I can't believe the game is being nice enough to like keep giving me continues from that one heal.
Yeah, extra lives.
Wait, really?
Really nice.
Oh, really? I haven't even like looked at my life counter at all. Is there a life counter?
Stupid.
Oh, there's a number up there.
Hey, you got the password.
Nice.
That is so dumb.
Yeah, essentially.
So I don't need to. Do I need to memorize the words at the bottom or the actual puzzle?
Just the indented icons.
The end.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the indented icons. It's top, middle, or top row. It's the middle icon. Middle row, it's the left one. Bottom row, it's the right one. It's easy.
This reminds me of, gosh, what game was that?
A puzzle?
Bayou Billy?
Oh.
There was like a car section at the end of it.
Oh yeah, Bayou Billy. That game's impossible.
Well, the Japanese version, the actual playable one.
There's a playable
what was
version?
it called? Yeah, the Japanese version of it was actually like playable because the enemies were ridiculously impossible to kill.
I hate this. Oh no!
This
That motorcyclist was
This
too
is where I expect us to spend most of our time. To be honest,
I hope everyone's strapped in.
Oh Jesus! I
Mikon, how do you honk the horn?
It's up on the D-pad.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask me why, but it certainly is.
I'm gonna mash that if that's okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm holding my controller a weird way just so I can honk a lot.
Oh, by the way, I was told we took away 4 bullet points, but it was just decimal points, so you lost 0.4 points. So I hope you're fine with that, Willard.
Well, that's much
I was
better
concerned
than-
at first, but now I'm less concerned. Thank you. Honk, 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 honk. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's happening with Meekin's points here. Dzing squared and then un after that.
Un?
Yeah, like that means
Is that
1.
more than my points?
one,
or is
but-
that less? What I want to know is how
think it's
many
for the-
beans does Mikon have?
Beans? I don't see any beans over there.
Oh, okay. Can I
Do you
trade
have
my
any-
points for beans?
Yeah,
my car keeps getting beamed by these other cars.
I'll give you 7.1 beans for 7.1 points.
That is a fair trade in my book. Cart, motorcycle.
yeah. Meekins, you got one laughing French, and so that's why you got the un there.
Oh, got it. Is
So
that French for
Willard-
one?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Meekin has Dzing squared and un point. Willard J. Bradley has 7.1 beans.
Is there any sort of like qualifier or any sort of hint to know how far we are in this level? Can we judge it based on how many leaves blow across the screen? Is that
that'd be pretty nice if that was. What
I count 4. I think
I would probably just listen to the music.
Oh, I'm out.
Wait,
What?
you
Oh,
beat
no.
it? What?
I'm not very good at this. I'm still here in car section.
This is ridiculous.
Whoa,
the next
those people are so
password-
tiny.
Whoa. What? I want to
How
reach
did you
the tiny
do that?
people.
How did you? Yeah, they're small people. I don't think they're small. They're in the background.
That guy has a plank. That's very dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't walk in.
Oh.
Honestly, if you ran into a 2x4, you would probably get hurt.
Oh my gosh. That I gotta say, Tintin running that close to the screen was very frightening.
Jump scare Tintin.
I was not
Jump
prepared for that.
scare
Right.
Tintin. Well,
20%.
I hope you enjoy driving
Oh no.
because you're
I
going
did it.
back. Well, good.
It was
back.
fine.
Whoa.
I'm gonna use my password.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go to the music.
I'm so
test.
bad. I'm so bad at these. Oh no.
Okay, Meekin,
Why is it
you
mooing
are
at
not
me?
allowed. The moo means that you entered it wrong.
Okay,
It's moving at me too. Quit.
that's what the moo means. Of
I
course.
don't know why it moves. I don't know. It just means it's wrong.
Get out of the way, car. Honk, honk, honk. All right, I'm gonna count the leaves blowing by.
Okay. Yeah,
If
do that. Let
might
me know
be
when I'm almost
helpful
there.
in like a future run of this game.
Beep beep.
Honk, honk.
The cars seem
only
the
way
same
that I
every
was able to
time,
get
but
through is
I'm just
I just
bad.
had to memorize the pattern.
Yeah, the cars are the same every time. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Chat, can you count the leaves with me? I'm at 3 right now.
Ooh.
3 leaves. Very
I
exciting.
like the trucks that are driving in the same direction and they just sort of like hover in front of you. Like, ooh, it's a scary truck.
Trucks are
Yeah, there's
scary.
a section like right at the end where it kind of tricks you, where it's like, oh no, the car is very slow. I should get out of the way, and then bam, motorcycle. That's
I don't want to get hit by the Bammer cycle. Oh no.
Oh, get out of the way, truck. Hong Kong. Is this just cruising USA?
It's like
That's
cruising
6.
Belgium or something.
No.
I'm trying to remember. Eventually you go to Peru in this game, but we're not there yet. This is
7.
definitely not Peru.
If the cars were like color coded, this would be so much easier.
Oh, I got clipped by the motorcycle. Now my back hurts.
See,
Oh, you're right. There it was.
yeah,
I got tricked.
It got both
Yup.
of you.
I got
You
tricked.
both got tricked. Oh, I love this game so
I even
much.
was ready for it, but
That was my first time reaching there. I saw him coming too.
By the way, yeah, I feel like it's understandable why this game didn't come out in the US. Why it was a Europe-only release. Tintin was definitely a lot more popular there than he was here. Especially
Can you do your best
in the
Tintin
90s.
impression?
I don't even know what he sounds like. I've never... I've watched,
you do your best
I've watched
Belgium
Prisoners
accent?
of the Sun. Hey, I'm Belgium. How you doing?
Hey, that's Tintin right there.
Hey,
Yeah,
my
that sounds
name-
exactly like him.
Hey, everybody, my name is Tintin.
Ugh. These
I must be
motorcycles
from the
are
southern region of
worst.
Belgium.
Oh man. Where's my golden ducks to heal my car, please?
No gold ducks for you.
I need the gold ducks.
You
to
got
survive.
beans, you don't get any ducks.
Come on.
That wasn't Jack and the Beanstalk, right? The golden duck.
Oh, my back.
Thought it was a goose?
The golden goose? The golden gander?
No, it wasn't a gander, trust me.
Oh,
Laid
okay,
eggs.
sorry.
Yeah, if they got a golden gander, they would have been just as disappointed as the beans. They're like, great, you brought back this useless goose gander thing.
Well, is it just gold coated? Gold enforced?
Great.
Or is it just
Somebody just melted gold and poured it over this goose, and now both are ruined.
It's like paper mache, but but a goose.
You could sell a gold goose.
Papier-mâché
I'm sure that would go for some.
I'd be okay with the paper mache goose. That'd be cool.
Why do the motorcyclists like drive kind of in the middle of the road? Are they trying to hit me?
Have you seen motorcyclists? Jeez.
This is pretty accurate, actually.
They're just splitting lanes. This road doesn't even have lanes.
Yeah, it doesn't have lanes. Like, just gotta. I don't know. Did they invent lanes before Tintin? Maybe this is why lanes were invented.
No, not John Lane.
It turns out all of the Tintin comics were just a commentary on the local road system, and they're like, you gotta put lanes.
You gotta get the lanes.
You gotta get the lanes.
You gotta get the lanes. Why don't you get the lanes? I'm not getting baited this time.
Oh, I didn't get tricked. I didn't get tricked.
Both of you.
Tell me that's the last one. Tell me that's. It's not the last one.
You
just can't.
You might be
just count the leaves.
I don't know.
Just count the leaves.
Whoa! The triple! The triple! Yeah,
is the triple the last one?
Synced up.
No!
Oh!
Yes! I'm out.
Is dead and Willard got
I'm
through.
dead. I'm back to the zinging.
I'm back with the tiny people. Hello.
Oh no! I don't want to start the game over. No.
Well, you can reset.
You gotta put in the password.
I'm gonna reset.
You gotta put the password in.
Yeah. You can all see the selection. By the way, you just can't hit the direction. You have to like go back to the center before you can hit the correct one. It's a little weird.
By the way, if y'all are wondering why this show is on GDQ, a game or a show that is about, or a channel that's about speedrunning and professional gamers,
we're professionals.
We've been doing this for quite a while.
As it turns out, the whole scene where people race games that they've never played before, it's become bigger and bigger. And honestly, one of the joys that comes out of that is just being able to experience a game together and then laugh about it later. And, you know, we've got varying results for how you're doing. Honestly, in a race setting, I expect people to get to the car stage and basically not beat it. So, Willard, you've gotten past it. You've done great. Meekin, I think you're going to beat my.
I have not done great. Got it.
I believe in Meekin.
You're going to. I feel it. It's just that you gotta think about the lane situation here, okay?
You gotta think about the lanes. They're very important.
Send a letter to City Hall, okay? They say you can't beat City Hall, but we're gonna beat it this year.
Superman always thinks of the lane situations. See where that gets him?
Oh my gosh. Oh, you get.
That's really good.
You get
That's really
point.
good.
You get. What's 2 in French? Because we're gonna bump your un up to French 2.
French 2?
Is it
just put French 2.
It looks like Deus Ex, except you combine the 2 words and it's der. Something like that.
Uh-oh, well, that's...
I do like this section because I can drink my coffee while I'm driving.
It's
just like in real life.
Don't drink and drive.
Oh my gosh. It's coffee. You can drink coffee. You're allowed to drink coffee while you're driving, okay?
But it's gonna spill everywhere.
Well...
Oh, it's gonna make quite a mess. Okay,
that's fine.
I'm ready for the
clean it up
trifecta.
Later.
The 1, 2, 3. 1.
Und
2.
3.
Oh, that was the 1, 2. Never mind.
Oh, the 1, 2.
This is the 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Trace got it.
No, that was just the 1.
Sorry. That's the 1, 2.
Go.
1, 2. Ah, okay.
Ah! I love the bait and switch right there at the end. It's so good.
All right, I'm out. But this time with all my lives, fine.
I'm still here. Oh,
I will not get dunked on by the man with a 2x4.
I want to get dunked on by the man with the 2x4 because that means I'd be out of this stage.
You know, at the same time, like, Meekin, I know that you've done speedruns in the past. You're a GDQ staff, after all.
Yeah.
Spoilers, everybody.
To be fair, that's not a prerequisite, but okay, go on.
But like, you do pretty well when it comes to games. Willard, I don't know much of your history, though. Like, all I know is that you played Jurassic Boy once. That's like the limit of what I know with your game history.
I play a lot of I do a lot of competitive Zelda randomizers. That's my shtick. That's my thing I do. And then the occasional
we're back to French. Got
funny Mario game or something.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that guy there. He's. Everybody wants Tintin dead in this town.
We in there. I don't care. Bring them on,
There's the duck.
villagers.
Give me the duck.
Oh, goodbye, Snowy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a new mechanic.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh, this man wants me dead.
You made that jump? Let me just tell you how many times I haven't made that jump. All of them.
It was not a friendly jump.
No,
Whoa,
it's not.
hi, Tintin.
I love this music. It's like, you're walking around, the gangsters here. You can tell because they got boards and they got sacks. Boards and sacks. Lots of boards.
Secret. I found a secret. Okay, there it is. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this music is nice and swanky. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, this is good. But yeah, it's sometimes nice to just step away from your main games for a bit, play something different with a friend, have an experience that, even if this isn't a game that you play afterwards, that you can laugh about, You got to deal with
this is great.
I'll
remember this moment.
Here.
I'll remember this.
I'll remember this. I'll never let you forget it, bro. Said You'll never get away with this.
Oh, I'm fine with that. That's why I make people play games. My life. Oh no, the barrel! Oh,
I was ready for
Donkey Kong over there. Yeah, you
anticipated.
ran. That's not Donkey Kong. It's just a guy in a barrel.
My dog.
Yeah, you can't get through though.
I want your dog too.
Well, what are you gonna do,
sir? There seems to be a. There seems to be a.
I don't want to spoil.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to spoil.
Uh-oh. These men are out to get me.
You think crawling would have been an option, but...
Yeah, men.
Is this another one of those, you need an item that you didn't get or something? Dog, turn around.
Oh, I'm not telling. You're in the lead.
Dog, turn around. It's okay. I won't tell Mikon. It's fine.
You won't tell me. Oh, okay.
I could have... Oh.
I am the prisoner of the sun because I am a part of this game forever now.
Barrel still is here. Okay.
The barrel, it just kept coming.
Hey, can I get some coal? Why am I back here? This seems wrong. Sir, I'm gonna need that 2x4.
Yeah, this part isn't super clear, is it? I feel like
I see that. Yeah.
I feel like this level, it definitely could have been clearer. It follows the story. If you know the original story of this game,
Tintin?
Specifically Prisoner of the Sun, if you know that, then you can usually figure out a little bit of what to do.
I needed some lore going into this, huh?
I mean, I guess
well, it didn't help me.
Watching the movie probably would have helped you a little bit more. Although I don't remember this part being very big in the movie.
Doctor, don't do it. Oh,
it's Professor Calculus. Okay,
Dr. Clock.
Yeah, it was Inspector Gadget's nemesis.
Yeah. Talking to the police didn't get us anywhere. Poor Calculus. And then my dog maybe the little people in the background will help me out. Hey, you guys,
I thought you were still talking about your dog.
Oh no! Oh, I love
my
Snowy
dog
though. Snowy did nothing wrong.
He jumped in the river that one game.
Well, okay, he almost drowned. You had to save him. Yeah. I mean, is that really doing anything wrong? He slipped. In Tintin in Tibet, you have to swim and save Snowy, and that level is treacherous. There are snakes in the water. Oh, there are lots of snakes. Snakes to the left, snakes to the right.
How do I... Nice.
I only have one tin left.
I see the gold trophy. I want it. But that works.
Yeah, you've got the swag music back. Good. I'm wondering who's going to figure this part out first.
It's not going to be me. Guarantee it. Hey.
I need to use... Oh, no. Oh, maybe... I think I was right then. I think I was onto something.
What are you thinking?
I think...
Tell the class.
I need to jump on some barrels.
Okay.
The perspective of this stage is a little different, and it makes Tintin's jump distance feel different because...
So, fun story. You're sort of doing things right, but not in the right order.
That man's just kind of hanging out there, you know. He's got
he's just chilling. He's chilling. Yeah, what's wonderful is that the manual does have information about some stuff that happens in this game, but it does not have information about this area.
Why did I go up there?
Tintin, you fool!
I will use my brain to solve
use your
this
brain
knowledge.
power. Come on, you can massage it.
Wait.
The gray matter.
Can you go back in this level? I don't know.
Like where?
Where would you go back to? There's no going back now.
That's fine.
I don't know how I'm supposed to get through here without getting hit. Oh no, my everything.
Yeah, you're hurting right now. That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna use. I'm gonna look at my surroundings.
Okay.
Grab this box. Can't duck.
I love what you're trying. Oh, you did it. Good job.
Works.
I was very concerned about that. It worked.
I was also concerned.
Wait, did you already figure it out, Nikon?
No, I guarantee you I didn't figure out anything worthwhile.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, we do have somebody who's working on an official new layout for the Hotfix Grudge Match, and they were working in a point system, and they're like, we can't do decimals, and I'm like, we have beans right now, and we have Dazing squared, duh. Like, our point system is a little bit broken. I think that... I think it's going to be a little bit hard to have some objective points here.
I bet I need to go over there, don't I? The game's not going to be that easy.
Ooh, Willard, I really like that thing that I'm not going to talk about, but it's a very nice find.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
Congrats on your something.
Especially because Mikan doesn't know what it is.
I don't know what anything is.
Mikan, did anything happen? Nope. You both are stuck at the same spot, so...
I'm stuck. I see Snowy over there, and it looks like he made a poo on the ground.
Spoiler.
Does it involve pressing a button that we haven't pressed much?
I don't remember.
Oh.
It has to deal with the crane, though.
Yeah.
You do have
I mean, that's obvious.
What did he say? What did he say? I didn't hear what he said.
What did the crane man say to you, Meekins?
Oh, there we go. I see.
Talk to the crane man?
I talked to him.
I should talk to him.
Yeah.
He seems to be a nice fellow.
Okay, there you go. You got info number 1 there.
Okay,
well,
and I bet...
You know, a very obvious thing that you're supposed to do in this.
I bet.
Well, how many times have we talked to a person in the game?
Like, a lot. Don't you remember the first level where you talked to, like, everybody? Oh. I think that's the right person. I think. Isn't that the right person?
Wait, he's not doing anything.
Back up a little bit, and then...
Oh, you have to... Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. That is unnecessary.
Okay.
Sure, you're
I'm back at the car, so there you go.
Just to help you out, if you do end up back there, which you probably won't, just don't get too close to the second person, because they won't talk to you if you're just like right up in their face.
I don't know what second person you're talking about.
My dog.
Good. The wrench. The wrench helped you move the hay.
Yay! Wow.
Yay! Honestly, this has been a really...
No.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it's an auto-scroller now. Have fun.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. It's Tintin. The rules are... If
you jump, you still move forward. That doesn't... why would you do this to me, Snowy? Why?
Infograms.
Oh, no, okay. Maybe I'm just bad. Oh, but hey, we got past that part. That's
I think my idea was that talking to the guy was gonna like spawn something way in the back, which is why I started running back, and I didn't make it very far.
I had the idea. I just was standing too close. That's funny. All right. Yoink.
No, you've got the right idea, Meekin. You were
do?
heading in the right. Yeah,
thank
to go
goodness.
back after talking to the crane operator.
I don't know if I should feel happy or not about my Tintin since.
Is it tingling?
I'm not. Don't make me say my Tintin's tingling, please.
Okay. Hello, Crane Man.
Oh, crane man. I would say that, like, even though Willard is technically in the lead, this, like, without saying stuff, I feel like Meekin probably would have won. So
Without saying stuff, I'm in the lead, so I win.
I might have spoiled. You were a little bit in the lead, Meekin, so I gave Willard a little information.
Oh, about the stick.
Well, about talking to the crane man, or about doing something at the crane. Yeah. No, actually, I gave you both information that was helpful because you were both stuck at the crane.
I wasn't stuck at the crane. I just hadn't figured it out yet.
You just barely got there. So I actually helped you more than I helped Willard.
What?
Okay, so
Wait a second.
I'm faster than the dog. Get out of my way.
You know what? Dazing is actually a bad thing. They say that when you get a game over, you're getting another one. Dazing to the third.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Dazing cubed.
Oh, don't crush me. Will the wall crush me? Oh, hi. Where did you find
I don't know what you're
this
talking
hat?
about, but yes.
I beat it. I beat the level.
Well, we've got less than a minute left. We're getting right to the end here.
That
means I'm doomed.
Sorry, I skipped all the story.
No, it's okay. I want to see. Oh,
go,
Tintin. Yeah, there's no hope.
Little cat. Hi.
Yeah, there's a
always
little cat.
hope.
I actually really, this whole game is charming, but there's a whole bunch of really, really difficult stuff coming up later on that I really hope you get the chance to play more of this. Like, I love this game.
I'll make sure it makes it into my next
shuffler.
My next shuffler.
This is time, everybody.
Yay.
Congratulations, Willard. You made it past the auto-scroller at the end of the docks, which Meekin is going to be entering right here. Honestly, I feel like
Snowy.
It's extremely close, but that our grudge has been settled.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, I know, right? This gets a little intense a little quickly.
I know you're doing your outro, but I'm really intense right now. Hold on.
No, it's okay. You're running.
I gotta go.
Are you gonna get it? Are you gonna beat it? Oh,
Go.
You beat it.
That means I won, right?
I'm gonna call it a tie.
Yeah.
What? Hey, wait a minute.
Wait, no, I can't rob Willard. That was after time. I'm gonna
Actually,
say,
you know what? That's fine. Just give me some more beans, and I'll call it even.
Okay, 5 more beans. Is that enough beans?
Did I win the bean contest?
You won the bean contest.
Okay, good. I'll accept it.
Okay, there you go. Well, we have Dazing to the 3 and versus 7.1 beans. Otherwise, you can all decide which one is superior, because otherwise it was a very close match between these players. However, I do think that we have to agree with Willard which animal is better in Ultimate Chicken Horse. And you said chicken, right?
Chicken best.
I tell you what. I think the Ultimate Chicken makes better dancing noises than the Ultimate Bunny does.
Oh, we got an admission. That is great to hear. I do like the bunny dance, but the noises.
I will counter that the Robo Bunny does make a great death sound effect. It's pretty good.
Oh, I feel like we have mended friendships. We have all come together and we have just absolutely enjoyed the night. Everybody, this has been the Hotfix Grudge Match with Meekins versus Willard J. Bradley, and versus is a very light term here. Honestly, I love to have this show just as friends come together, having fun, trying to figure out how to play games relatively quickly. And honestly, both of you made more progress than I think I would normally expect for people playing this game for the first time. So it's been very impressive. Now, there is more really fun stuff in this game that can be very trolly. And honestly, the amount of times that you're going to go through that driving stage, let me tell you, you're going to jail right now.
I am their prisoner.
I think it's after the boat level, but you are going to get a lot of deaths in this level because you're going to go to jail many, many times.
That's fine. 25% completed. That's good enough for me.
I found a great lurk emote on my screen.
Oh, the sneaky Tintin there. I like that. Yeah. Megan, where can people find you on Twitch?
I'm at Meekon's box. It's like my name, but there's a box.
Yeah, Meekon S box.
S box.
S box.
S box.
Yeah, the screen has been transitioning between the name that we've been using as well as the Twitch name, so you can find Meekons over there. What do you generally play?
Randos are fun. I just recently finished Hollow Knight, and I tried out the Hollow Knight randomizer, and it's pretty sick. Not gonna lie, it's really cool.
Hollow Knight randomizer? That's
there
really
is. Cool. Yeah. The modding that game is actually super easy. I found out. I was very intimidated, really cool. But it's actually really easy to mod. I do casual play sometimes. I play Llama Lana Randos a lot. That game's great. And I also play Kuso Grande and mystery games. Yay!
Yay! Yeah, what about you, Willard? They can find you at twitch.tv/Willard J. Bradley. Yeah. And what are you playing over there?
I do a lot of Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link to the Past randomizers. I've been really into the Mario World and Mario RPG a lot of randomizers. And then, of course, right now I have my Shuffler Marathon Dumathon, where I play 64 games in a Shuffler and suffer or enjoy an hour of it before it moves on to the next one. So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I honestly feel, save the passwords that you had for this game. This game has a lot of content and a lot of areas, and if you do throw this into a rando, go ahead and throw the password in there so that you can start partway through. Heck, the later areas are so cool in this, as well as absolutely terrible.
We didn't get to do that cool avalanche stage that the preview showed.
Or the
snake. You didn't get to fight the snake boss.
And you didn't even get to find out my biggest enemy in the game, which is suitcases.
Oh no. Is that even worse than Girl with a Ball in a Cup?
Even worse than Girl with a Ball in a Cup, yes. Well, everybody, this has been Hotfix Grudge Match. I am Brosentia. We will be back in a couple weeks with more players who come together, play games, possibly do well, but get to experience something together as friends and hopefully resolve some of the pressing issues like chicken and rabbit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care,
very pressing
everybody.
Issues.
Have a great night. Come back tomorrow, 1 p.m. for some more Hotfix that is happening at that time. Bye, Willard. Bye, Meekon.
Bye. Thank you for having us.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.